in this year's Tallangatta Football League Grand Final. And as I am so often, I'm joined by great mates in commentary this afternoon, Chris Mitchell, Brad Freak and Scott Fraser. Firstly to you, Chrissy, welcome in.
Thanks, Lukey. Very excited to be here. Prelim final day. 3 teams left, only 1 spot left in the grand final, so everything to play for.
Absolutely. Freaky, welcome back to you. Contrasting conditions, mate. Last Saturday we had a sunny skies overhead, quite warm. This afternoon, we could expect another shower or two.
Yeah, absolutely, Lukey.
I tell you what, we weren't in the right spot then, as we saw the Kiewa Sandy Creek Hawks come out from the dressing sheds. That ambience mic just ramped up and we caught all the atmosphere.
Yeah, it's a good thing about Twos footy, isn't it, that they really support the seniors most of the time. And Kiewa Sandy Creek going through to play in the grand final against Chilton in the reserves next week after they actually got beaten by Yakandana last time they played. So great to hear the passion and what's happening out here at the MCG of the Bush today.
The pre-game brought to you by the Bridge Road Brewers. We've got the Hawks and now the Bushrangers are on the playing surface also. So what a game we've got on our hands this afternoon. So one last chance for these guys to take a spot in this year's grand final and looking forward to it. Your tip for today's game? Okay, Freaky, your tip, and same question. Where do you think this footy game will be decided this afternoon?
Yeah, well, you're going to have to say it's going to be a midfield battle this game today between these two sides. It's going to be hard to say. The conditions obviously are going to favour Beechworth a little bit, but if Kiewa can get it on the outside, you think that they might get the better of it. But it's going to be a really intriguing contest. Obviously, the Bushrangers have been able to knock them off the last 2 times they've played each other, but the Hawks will look to rectify that today. But I think it's going to be a cracking contest. Really a goal either way for mine. It's going to be a really tight game.
And a man who knows this league upside down, inside out is Scott Fraser. Scooter, your thoughts and where this contest will be won this afternoon?
I said to the boys on the all-rounders this morning that the ground has held up really well. I've had 65 mil of rain in the last 72 hours. And a really big loss, but I think the Hawks today can turn it around, and I reckon I'll get up by about 10 points.
There you go. Yeah, and for what it's worth, I'll go Beechworth, but in a thriller. I'll say by a kick. Rightio. So we got the Hawkers warming up towards the Sandy Creek Road end, and the Bushrangers towards the Lockhart Gap Road ends. And we've got to mention too, Scotty. So we've got a minute silence, haven't we, for Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. Of course, her passing has just reverberated around the globe, and great to see the two teams will line up out on the ground.
And in conjunction with the Tallangatta District Netball Association,
to you, and you can give us an update, mate, who we're going to catch up with on the Matchack stats today.
Yeah, on our stat sheet today, obviously Tom Cutledge last week had a really strong game for Beechworth, kept improving as the game went on, so we'll follow him. Cade Surrey, who was really strong off the half-back line last week in particular, we'll follow him as well, and Campbell Fendick as well, the captain, who's had a really fantastic year himself. If we have a look at the Hawks side of things, we've got Jack Demizio, Josh Hicks and Jace Bartel, who are really the real engine room for them in the middle of the ground. So should be looking for a big game out of hopefully those boys, and plenty of stats on the Magic Shed stat sheet today with those 6.
Absolutely, Scotty, some good footballers amongst that lot.
Yeah, look, we're at the right time of the year, and obviously we've got Cam Fendick out there, who came. Freaky mentioned he's come third in the Barton Medal. To be right, I actually spoke to him on Sunday and just put it to him. I said, "Were you all right yesterday?" He said, "I think it was the nervous energy. I was burnt."
Yeah.
And he was just, he said,
Just humming.
I just noticed in the second quarter, and look out next week against him because he's probably burnt off that nervous energy. But I really think Willem Love in the ruck today is the pivotal point for Beechworth, and Paddy McCarthy will help him out around the ground as well.
So whilst we've had some rainy weather, Scotty, gee, I tell you what, it hasn't scared too many of the folk away, has it? I mean, the crowd's still fantastic here this afternoon.
Well, that's right. Last Saturday...
in the house, don't we? So right on the wing, we're nearly touching the ground itself. The surface looks absolutely immaculate, bar a couple of tiny little brown patches, but I don't think any ground in the northeast would be looking better than this at the moment. Yeah,
no, I couldn't argue with that. So the umpires look like they're lining up for minute silence, so we will have to get the players organised. Again, the Bushrangers warming up towards that Lockhart's Gap Road into the Hawkers back towards the Sandy Creek Road out, and Scotty tells us the netballers are also going to join the footballers out on the ground, which is terrific. So we will have a minute's silence for Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, and she hasn't that been just huge news.
And one of those moments in history where you realise where you were at the time, probably a little bit like Princess Diana when she died. What were you doing at the time then?
Exactly, yeah.
You would have been just a young pup.
Well, here you go. I actually played footy that day on the SCG.
Oh, the SCG.
So for the New South Wales ACT Rams, we played against the Gippsland Power, and we're just coming back into Wagga, and it was coming over the bus, on the radio.
It was on a Saturday, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was on a Saturday. Yeah. What about yourself?
I was at the Devonish Footy in the old Benalla District League. Yep, I'd ridden the four-wheeler up the train tracks. I was only about 14 at the time, and headed to the footy to watch the Barbers play, and came home that night and thinking, what's going on? Mum and Dad are upset, and it was big news at the time.
Freaky?
I was 4, mate. I couldn't tell you what
come on, right, no. What about you, Scotty?
I was on the 15th tee of the Colcan Golf. I think we got knocked out of the finals the day before.
Okay. Rightio. So we're getting ready for this minute silence, and we will pay our respects. Great to see all the players out on the ground. We will rejoin you shortly. Stick with us here on the TDFL live stream on prelim final day. It's the Beechworth Bushrangers up against the Kiewa Sand Creek Hawks.
Okay, gotcha. Perfect. Thanks, mate. Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, so a great moment here at Sandy Creek Recreational Reserve. Everyone pays their respects to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, and we're just about ready to go here as these teams will get ready now. So Scotty Fraser about to make his way down boundary side for the Charcoal Kings. Again, Chris Mitchell on the special comments for Albury Wodonga MG, and Freaky Brad Freak on the Mad Jack stats. So they get called in for their last huddles here. Good atmosphere here, boys.
Absolutely ripping. It just puts a tingle up your spine, doesn't it, when you have a national minute silence like that. And, getting ready for the big one. Obviously, plenty to play for in the next 4 quarters, Freaky.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Massive, obviously, everything on the line for these two teams today. Let's hope we can see the teams really want to take the game along. We obviously know Kiewa themselves like to run and gun. Beechworth are probably a little bit more of a contested brand of footy. I mean, obviously, we've touched on it already. The conditions today might favour Beechworth a little bit, but looking at the ground, obviously not being out there, having a look at it myself, the ground looks absolutely beautiful. You can't blame the surface. It might be a bit greasy from the showers that we've had. As you touched on, we may get some showers throughout the afternoon as well. So I'm really looking forward to this game today. It's really pivotal. 2 really contrasting styles are going to be going head to head here. And it's really going to be who can do their style for the longest to control the game is obviously going to come out on top. Obviously, Beechworth really want to bounce back from that loss last week to Chiltern and get another crack at them and make their first grand final since 2010 for the Bushies. It's been a massive achievement for them. Obviously had an outstanding year. And the Hawks, Lukey, looking to make their first grand final since 2019, I believe. Or 18, sorry.
Yeah, that's it, Freaky. So it's all set, isn't it? And teed up for an absolute beauty this afternoon. So we're almost ready to go. The grand final spot and offer for one of these two teams. The Bushrangers or the Hawks will meet the Chiltern Swans in next Saturday's TDFL grand final. We're about to go on the live stream. Good afternoon to you, wherever you may be, tuned in to this broadcast. And, well, McCarthy and also Tristan Mann in the ruck. And here we go. The umpire about to centre the loft. McCarthy and Mann. McCarthy got hands to it, brought it down, and Bartell got a right foot snap away. High ball on, nice mark from Wallace. Early got up over Brent Ryan, so what can Wallace do? They get their first forward entry inside 50. On Unum got hands to it, put it down. Connor Stone comes away from the Bushrangers, sends it down towards the McCarthy direction. Mann spoiled it. Brent Surrey got the handball away to Belchie, and Belchie out this wide to Connor Stone. So
we saw how good he was last week, Belchie, and started again on fire here for the Bushies.
Yeah, absolutely. And Stone as well was really strong. They're running up and down the wing for him all day. They look for another big game from him as well.
Armstrong, the interchange Gates, wants to go inboard. Wallace again. So he started this game well. Second touch, virtually on centre wing at Sandy Creek Recreational Reserve. Coming in was Josh Hicks, tackled by Connor Stone, ball across the line. And he's been pinked.
What
has he
was
deliberate?
That for?
It looks like he paid.
Yeah,
he
deliberate.
Said holding the
very strange call.
He said holding the ball, but then he changed his decision to throwing or deliberate. So take your pick, really.
There you go. Connor Stone, inboard to McCarthy, put it down. Good spoil. Ryan tried to get it out to Mawson. The pressure comes, and he's gone.
Yeah,
put it
fair
down.
enough. We had plenty of time, Melson, to get rid of it.
Scotty for the Charcoal Kings. Great start of this footy game.
Couple of great hot possessions there early, wasn't there? Alessandro Belchi with some great match-act stats early, and Sun Smart the last couple of weeks, but doesn't have the zinc on the nose today.
Yeah, that's it. Putting it down, Braden Carey. Ball at ground level. Brenton Surrey. And Blassic came from nowhere. And then Braden Carey, Brent Surrey out to Belchi, and Belchi goes down the line. And then a high ball, getting back now to Mizio, just trying to get his hands on it. Ducks through one and gets it out the side to Turner. Turner down the line, turned over. Then Belchi runs onto it. Alessandro to the half-forward flank. Nice mark from Pritchard.
Made him earn it too, didn't he?
Certainly did. And Dylan plays on. And he gets it to Braden Carey, and they fire it in over the top. Oof. And ball rolling back towards the Kate Surrey direction. Snap on goal. He's missed it. It's gone across the face and through for one behind. So there's the first score of the game. Beechworth Bushrangers are on the board. They lead by one solitary point.
Hard to see where Kate Surrey is lining up, obviously in the action there, but a bit of out of his normal position playing forward, but might be something he does today for the Bushies.
Score sponsor today for the first term is the Commercial Club. Chapodonk's time clock has almost gone 3 minutes. First term brought to you by Elders Albury on the TDFL live stream. Ball back into the middle. Hawk is with it. They want to come this side. Newnham gets his hands on the footy. And Connor, he takes off and then gets a low ball in. Beatty, yep. Nice delivery from Newnham. Scotty for the Charcoal Kings. That was nice footy.
Certainly was, and I think the best thing for Kiewa Sandy Creek is if Connor Newnham gets the ball up a little bit higher on the ground and leaves Beatty by himself inside 50. Obviously, Connor's kicking hasn't been great the last couple of weeks, so this is exactly what Kiewa need.
Couple of early Magic stats for Jack Demizio as well, 2 off the half-back flank already.
Nick Beatty with a shot on the sticks to the Sandy Creek road end.
Shanked that one.
Certainly has. That one no good at all, and it's gone out of bounds on the full. So Belchie will take the kick in for the Bushrangers. So interesting start of this footy game. Beechworth lead by a point, the only score of this game on the Commercial Club scoreboard. Early days, first term brought to you by Elders Albury. Man and throw, said the umpire. So the Bushies to get it.
Bushies midfield's been pretty impressive so far, winning those clearances and going through the corridor. They like to play on pretty quick, don't they, at the moment?
Yeah, absolutely. On the Mad Jack Shed stat sheet, Alessandro Belchi up to 5 disposals already.
Is he one of your favourites already?
He has to be. He's been last week he was outstanding against Chiltern and he started this game just the same.
Yeah, 3 goals and they were very good. Jack Ryan went into Eddie Cartledge, and then a wild old kick going forward. Back out there, Turner, and then try to get it out to a teammate. There is a whistle. And the free kick's going the way of the Hawks. So Turner will get it, and he wants to push it to the outer side, so the switch is on here. And he gets it out to Martin on the arc of defensive 50. A chip kick out, so they work it towards the wing, bouncing ball in front of Carney. He's disappointed because it gets out of bounds. And we will have a boundary throw-in. Left of centre wing, we've almost gone. Well, just ticking over 5 minutes on the Japco Donks time clock. Let's go to Freaky on the Magic stats.
Yeah, Alessandro Belchi up to 5 disposals early. Jack Demizio 2 as well. You can see Kiewa really trying to take the open space and really transition the ball out wide and use their leg speed and try and break the game through Jack Andrew and Jace Bartel, players like this, to get them out in space and move the ball quickly.
Yeah, Mitch Anderson in his return. He played, I think, 8 games this season, so he's come back and he's playing on Beatty in deep forward for the Bushies.
Gee, Scotty for the Charcoal Kings. The handling's been very good despite greasy conditions early.
Yeah, it certainly has, boys. And I think I don't think the ball will get free at all because the reserves have sort of worn that little bit of those showers off the grass, and we should see some good footy.
Connor Stein, a truce and a half forward for the Bushrangers.
Started well.
He has. What can he work forward from here? Goes with a low ball. Nice. Finding a teammate. So Beechworth want to spear it wide. Nice delivery. And they will have a shot on goal here to the Lockhart's Gap Road end. No, spearing it in. Did Pritchard defend Dick? And I'll tell you what, straightens up, goes for home. That is a Sunjan goal of the day, the first major on the board to the Bushies. That is a beauty. They lead 117 on the Commercial Club scoreboard. Chapo Donk's time clock has gone 6.5 here as we go to Freaky on the Magic stats.
Yeah, Alessandro Belchi's been the one for the Bushrangers already. He's up to 6 disposals, the 3 inside 50s for Beechworth as well to start the game. So they've been able to move the ball in their forward half, obviously take their first mark inside 50 there. And beautiful quick hands there to Fendick from Pritchard and be able to kick a nice goal.
That's something that's changed, I reckon, after the last couple of weeks. They're moving the ball really quickly. Obviously a quick handball there, but I think that's been an asserted start by the Bushies to move it quickly.
Certainly back in the middle. A reset, first turn brought to you by Elders Albury, and ball at ground level, and then Jack Andrew with a hat kick forward. Newnham tried to come over the top. Look at that mark for a Kate Surrey. He is a star. Scotty Fraser, that was a beauty for the Charcoal Kings.
Certainly was, boys. And just Gareth Pritchard, number 27 in the forward line for Beechworth today, not wearing his usual number 35.
So there you go, Gareth Pritchard in 27 for the Bushrangers, the red and blue.
Bit of a fight on down here with Kate Surrey. Might be Newnham too, I think, in the thick of things. I'll keep you updated, Lukey.
Yeah, good on you, Christo, watching that one for Albury Wodonga MG. So There's quite a huddle, that's right, back at the Sandy Creek Road end. 4 or 5 players now come to their feet and they start to disperse. As the ball enters, Pritchard knocked away from him. In fact, that was Dane Carey, and the ball has gone out of bounds. So we will have another boundary throw-in. As we bring this first term to you on the TDFL live stream, 2022 prelim final day between the Bushrangers and the Hawks. The winner, as we said, will play Chiltern in next Saturday's TDFL grand final back here. Chet Andrew with a high ball down towards the wing, searching for Carney. Nice mark, did well, and then wants to lay it off inboard to Croucher in that 19 Guernsey for the Hawks. And he puts a low ball forward. Well done. So Newnham takes it in the long sleeves and Connor plays on. High ball going deep towards Beattie. And well done by Kate Surrey. And then going forward also is Bartell. Scott working hard. So too is Kate Surrey, and the ball has gone out of bounds deep in the pocket. Freaky, what's this inside 50 count early on, mate, in the first term?
Yeah, 4 apiece, so both teams are having their opportunities, but Beechworth been able to hit the scoreboard a couple of times so far.
Brad Freak brought to you by Majak Wallace. Off to Croucher. And there's going to be a free kick given, and it's going the way of Mousen. So the Bushrangers want to move it fast. Ball with Brett Ryan, who played very well last week. Chris Mitchell for Albury Wodonga MG.
Yeah, he did. The Bushies just trying to control the footy and slow it down a little bit. Just different how they've started this game.
Ball bouncing adjacent to the scoreboard, and it's found its way over the line. So we're gone over 9 minutes on the Jappo Donks time clock. The score is 1-1-7. The way of the Beechworth Bushrangers over the Kiewa Sandy Creek Hawks. Commercial Club scoreboard beaming bright on a pretty dark day here at the moment. Fendick searching for it at ground level, and then Jake Hicks went in to contest it with him. Blasick gets it off to Jake Hicks, misses Tristan Mann, went past him. McDonald, Brent Ryan mops up for the Bushrangers, brings it away, goes inside 50, contest, many hands down there. And then, well, just a hat kick off the ground. Martin for the Hawks gets it back. And, well, some pretty scrappy play at the moment, as both teams going in with a lot of pressure on prelim final day. It looks to be tied up, is it? Yeah, ball locked in there. No. Umpire says, play on, lets it go. That's okay, don't mind it. This time, it's not coming out. And we'll go to Chris Mitchell. Special comments for Albury Wodonga MG today.
Yeah, let's not forget that Beechworth kept them goalless the last time they played for the first half. Won by 8 points in the end, so it was a big comeback from the Hawks. But, yeah, they dried that scoring up, which is what they're trying to do now.
Centre wing. Carney tried to dish it up. McDonald. Carney left it for Mann coming through. Well, it didn't do too well in the end. And the ball was picked up by Braden Carey. Hawks win it back though. Then they come this side through Martin. Squaring ball back into the middle. McDonald, that was nice. And then he's got a man on. It looks like Turner running up. And he'll have a shot, will he? Sends it towards the sticks. It's Croucher, in fact. He's got it. So Croucher's kicked it. Jordan with the goal to the Sandy Creek Road end. And the Hawkers get their first major on the Commercial Club scoreboard. Jappo Donks time clock has gone just over 11 minutes as we go back down to Scotty Fraser for the Charcoal Kings.
That's the movement of footy that we want to see from the Hawks, boys. A great intercept from Jack Demizio. Dale Martin centering it up, and then a great running effort by Jordan Croucher to put the Hawks' first goal on the board.
On the Majak Shed stat sheet, Jack Demizio up to 3 disposals, but Alessandro Baltri leads all comers up with 6 so far in the first term.
Okay, Josh Hicks at ground level battling away. And now Jake Hicks picks it up. He's got some time. Driving kick forward, looking for Beattie. Oh, nicely chopped off by Tom Cartledge. That's a beautiful defensive mark, particularly in these conditions. Chris Mitchell for Albury Wodonga MG.
Just took one grab at it, didn't he? Beautiful mark there by Cartledge to relieve some pressure in defence there for the Bushies.
Yeah, great clutch on the footy. Ball out of bounds. And we will have a boundary throw in. Scotty, what's the atmosphere down their boundary side for the Charcoal Kings?
It's quietened off a little bit after that really hot start, boys, but as you said, a great inside defensive 50 mark by Tommy Cartledge there, and he's manned up on Scotty Bartell.
Belchy, then off to Eddie Cartledge, and then moves it towards centre wing on the far side to Mizio. Nice mark and waste no time. He wants to move it quickly, and I tell you what, wasn't the best of kicks to Turner. It's got to go back and mop up. spattered out the back to Vogel, and now Demizio, and just a high rush kick to get it out of trouble. Kate Surrey, big defensive fist away, and then, well, Jake Hicks missed it. Eddie Cartledge, a quick one out the back. She players going in. Here's Connor Stone to have a crack at it, and then Vogel again just puts it on the boot. Don't mind that. Brent Ryan pants. Just wants to force a handball to Cartledge. That was okay.
Great hand pass.
And they get out the other side. So the Bushrangers wide to Jane Carey. That was good footy. And then drives it up the line looking for Armstrong. Now, who they got back there? He needs some options, Chris.
No, he's going to have to slow it down. But he's going to go long, but not much to kick to.
Put down by Stevens. Is it going to be paid?
Yep.
It is. There you go.
Probably too far out, do you think, boys? Or
Scotty, what are your thoughts for the Charcoal Kings?
Well, I normally put the curse on him from that pocket, but he does have a little bit of a breeze behind him looking at the Duns Twin City Cranes flags over that side, so should be able to make the distance.
Here goes Liam Stevens, strikes it from right on the 50 arc, a top spinning kick, and falls into the hands of Gareth Pritchard. So Pritchard looking inside. Don't know if he's too confident in taking the kick here, Chris Mitchell, for Albury Wodonga MG.
He's got a few leads offering, and which is putting him in two minds, Freaky, but I think he might run around, and that's what I'll do anyway, run around and try and kick a banana.
Yeah, run around, try and hit the scoreboard early, give it some more momentum to Beechworth.
No, doesn't want to kick it.
And just shoots it into Dylan.
Dylan Pritchard, right in the goal square, So certain goal now for the Bushies.
It was too easy, really, in the end, wasn't it? Bad checking there, Brad Freak.
Well, it's the second time when Campbell Fendi kicked that first goal, they allowed him to run into 50 as well and kick an easy goal, and just as Dylan Pritchard has now too.
Dylan Pritchard picks up a goal for the Bushrangers in the first term as we get to the 14.5-minute mark on the Jappo Donks time clock. And the scoreboard reads the Beechworth Bushrangers 2-1-13 to the Kiewa Sandy Creek Hawks. 1 goal straight 6 on the Commercial Club scoreboard. Freaky, we'll go to you, mate.
Yeah, on the Majak Shad's stat sheet, just to touch on a point that Scooter had coming into the game, the ruck stocks of the Kiewa really getting challenged. 6 hitouts to none so far in this first quarter, giving Beechworth, the Beechworth ruck stocks are giving themselves the best opportunity in the middle of the ground there and winning the ball, and that's why now they're hitting the scoreboard too.
Thrown Beatty into the ruck too against Love, so this will be interesting to see who wins this next centre clearance.
Certainly will be. So, Scotty, we're waiting for the ball to come back. It's still behind the sticks down there.
Just coming through the goals now, boys. And that passage of play, the Pritchard boys, the cousins have been doing that their whole lives. Just looked like a kick in the backyard there that Gareth spotted up Dylan right in the goal square.
Scotty, brought to you by the Charcoal Kings this afternoon. First term for Elders Albury. Fraser, Chris Mitchell, Brad Freak and Luke Francis with you on the TDFL live stream this afternoon. Prelim final day. And looking forward to seeing who'll take the other grand final spot to take on the Chiltern Swans next Saturday at this very ground. Contest back in the middle. And then, well, Jake Hicks on the boot. Low ball drives it forward. And then going out for the Hawks. And it was Bartell. That was Scott. And then ball on the ground back to Jake Hicks. Misses his man. Malsom against Wallace. Eddie Cartledge. Belchy over the top to Tom Cartledge, and then down the line with a rush kick. Oh, nice mark out there by Armstrong. He's working a long way from home. Now, what's he got on? He's got one short, and he goes to Brent Surrey. Now, Pritchard, Gareth had already led in the previous play, so he's well up the ground past Stevens and also Demizio, and ball's gone out of bounds. On the Majak stats, what would be the outstanding stat of the first term so far, mate?
Yeah, it'd have to be Alessandro Belchi, up to 8 disposals. He wasn't on our stat sheet to start the game, but he had so many in the first minute, I thought I'd have to throw him on there. He's up to 8 to start this game, so he's been outstanding. And the hit-outs again, it's 7-0 in favour of Beechworth. They're really dominating the Hawks at the moment, but the Hawks are getting more of the centre clearances. They got 3-1 at this stage of the game.
Jason Bartell went inboard, and then Beatty down the line, wide kick. Pretty ordinary effort in the end. And the ball has found its way out of bounds, and this will go back to the Bushrangers. So 2-1-13 leads, 1 goal grade 6. Beechworth Bushrangers on top here on the Commercial Club scoreboard. Jappo Donks time clock has gone about 17.5, and again we'll have another boundary throw in just left of centre wing on the far side. Let's see what the umpire can do with this one. We'll go around the grounds and get some scores for you. Some great footy games being played today in the Hume League and the O&M, of course. And then we've got the Dockers and the Pies tonight. The MCG, what a game that is going to be.
Freaky hasn't mentioned it too much. Surprised.
How are you feeling, Freaky?
Yeah, not too bad. But if we go around the grounds quickly in the Ovens and Murray, Yarrawonga leading Wangaratta 20-19 early in the first quarter.
Okay, and we'll get a Hume League score very shortly. Beatty, left foot. And Newnham tried to palm off Pets and did so. Inside to Jake Hicks, searching for it at ground level. And then Belchy goes again. She's having a super first term. Martin comes away from the Hawks, gets it out wide. They get a low ball in. Don't know if that one didn't require distance. The umpire played it anyway. And the Hawkers are about to thump it in. Low driving kick down towards the Evans area. Ball's gone out of bounds. And we will have another boundary throw in. Freaky, what have we got for us now, mate? We've got a Hume League score.
Yeah, if we go around the grounds in the Hume League, Holbrook out to a 12-point lead early in the first quarter, 12-0. And one Robbie McKinlay will be happy because AB's kicked 2 goals.
There you go.
Good start.
Wallace gets onto that right foot tumbling ball. Belchy again. Freaky, how many now on the Matchjack stats?
He's up to 9, Belch. He's been everywhere. He's outstanding last week. He's been outstanding to start this game. He's been really strong for the Bushrangers.
Anderson, Croucher, straight into his hands. So he's already kicked 1 for the Hawks. That was a beauty, their opener. And then Jed Andrew wanting to play on. High ball to the top of the goal square. Hands go up. Anderson, ball at ground level. And then hacked off the ground by Scott Bartell. And it's gone through for 1 minus score. Scotty for the Charcoal Kings. Alessandro Belchy just lighting it up in the first term.
Yeah, probably the best of the on-ball brigade. But I think what the best thing is the back 6 of Beechworth have been fantastic. Surrey on Evans, Malsom on Wallace, Mitch Anderson on Mann, Riley Petts is doing a great job on Newnham, and Tommy Cartledge on Scott Bartell.
Just to touch on Scotty's point there, on the Magic Shed stat sheet, 10 inside 50s to 6 in favour of the Hawkers at the moment, but their back 6 standing up really well.
Another one for Belchy you can put down there, Freaky.
Yeah, he got that clearance, that's right, and then moved it out towards the scoreboard. Yeah, he is just a magnet early on in this footy game. First turn brought to you by Elders Albury. We'll get another boundary throw in. Here we go. Let's see who can clear this ball. McCarthy and Beatty, and then Fendick, and then wheels himself around. Bartell, Jason inboard to Jack Andrew. So Jack's got it, the Hawks go in. Oh, gee, just interesting. Mitch Anderson just put the ball down.
Should have marked it, shouldn't he, on the chest?
Yes, that's gone to ground. It's going to be tied up, is it? Umpire. Well, took a while to sort that one out. And both up on their feet now. So a few numbers around this pill. That is for sure. Martin, right foot snap on goal. Newnham, 1-on-1. And then it comes out. Ryan, and then he gets it on to Tom Cartledge. So the Bushrangers are going to clear defence. Oh, coming back in. Jason Bartell's out there, waste no time. Croucher, who started this game very well. Won't be a 50, was borderline. So Croucher with it, and what can Jordan do? Well, don't know who that was intended for. Ordinary kick. Connor Stone came out. Belchy again. How many now, Freak, on the Madjack?
11 for Belchy.
11. Fantastic. And then a nice effort from Gareth Pritchard, but the Hawks win it from Turner over the top to Newnham under pressure from Braden Carey. I think he might have been lucky, Chris Mitchell, for Albury Wodonga MG.
Could have been. The umpire had a better view than us up here, but they've certainly targeted Newnham today. He's been on the end of some big hits already in this first quarter.
With that right knee heavily strapped again and then fires it in. Beatty's taken the mark. Beautiful delivery from Connor Newnham as we go back down to Scotty Fraser for the Charcoal Kings.
Yeah, a bit harsh for the Beechworth boys there. I think it was easily a mark to Gareth Pritchard, and then certainly I'd love to see the replay there because it didn't look high from right in front of me.
Yeah, no, I'd have to agree. So here we go. Beatty. He's having a shot on the sticks. Let's see if Nick can put this one through for the Hawks second. And he misses to the near side. And that has gone through for 1 behind. So Beechworth, 2-1-13 on the Commercial Club scoreboard. Lead the Hawks 1-8. And we've almost gone over 22 minutes now on the Jappo Dogs time clock. Freaky, What do you got for us on the Matt Jack stat sheet?
Jace Bartel up to 5 disposals, as well as Jack Demizio for the Hawkers. But on the Bushrangers side of things, Belchin's the one we keep touching about. He's up to 11 disposals in his first term.
Chris Mitchell for Albury Wodonga MG. What do you think the story has been of the first term?
Well, I think the Hawks are starting to get on top a little bit around the ball and just need to capitalise on those chances, getting the ball into the 50 line plenty of times, but need to open them up. The Beechworth defenders are keeping him in this contest at the moment.
McDonald with the Sharon, a low driving one again over the back, and then man on the boot, he's got it. So Tristan's kicked it. Well, the big man doing some rovering at the back, and he sent it through for a major. And the Hawks get their second as we go to Brad Freak on the Mad Jack stats.
Yeah, they really needed that one, the Hawks. 10 inside 50s to 14 to start. 14 inside 50s to 6 to start this first term. So absolutely dominated the forward play, but just haven't been able to hit the scoreboard as regularly as what the Bushrangers have, but now giving himself a 1-point lead.
Yeah, reward for effort at the moment, but Ryan and Cartledge, those sort of types are really, and Anderson are keeping Beechworth in it, but it's going to be an avalanche if this continues. The Beechworth on-ball brigade need to get their hands on the footy a little bit more.
Chris Mitchell brought to you by Albury Wodonga MG. Scotty Fraser for the Charcoal Kings. Tristan Mann, the big fellow, playing the role of a little man.
Yeah, great effort and a good reward. I think it started from that last kick-in of Beechworth where Jack McDonald just got his hand to it and forced the ball to the boundary, and a subsequent throw-in got the ball inside 50 for the Hawks.
Okay, so almost 24 gone on the Japo Dogs time clock, opening term. So the Hawks up by 1 point, 14 plays, 13 on the Commercial Club scoreboard. Scott Fraser, Chris Mitchell, Brad Freak and Luke Francis with you for the opening turn. Collins on the boot. Look at that for a high one. Bending back, hands to it. And now Jack Andrew has got it. So Jack's kicked the goal, and doesn't he love it? He's pumped up, Chris Mitchell for Albury Wodonga MG.
He certainly is, and a great another effort there by Jack Andrew, just to chop one over the top, little bit of a chipping wedge there to put the Hawks third, but they're well on top at the moment.
Yeah, 15 inside 50s to 6 to start this first term. As Chris O'Reilly says, they're right on top. They've been out the only part of their game that the Hawks are probably lacking in the middle is the hit outs. Beechworth dominating that area, they're going 10-2, but it's not affecting them. The centre clearances are 3-2 in favour of the Hawks as well.
Yeah, geez, so the Hawkers just starting to build some momentum towards the end of the first term. Ball rolling, and then misses Eddie Cartledge over the top of Blasick, ends up with Collins, out wide to Jake Hicks, just hacks it off the ground. Jason Bartel in pursuit of the Sharon, picks it up. He wanted to go one way, came back. Blasick underneath this, or Brent Ryan with a nice fist, and then the Bushies through Fendick in towards Eddie Cartledge. Nice build up to Brent Surrey, and then a left one. Well, wild kick to Mizio back there, and takes the mark at true centre half back. Gee, those wheels stand out, boys, don't they?
Just where he wants it. Oh, young Jack is a great player for the Hawks and one of the best in the comp.
Malsom getting back, just spilt the mark, and then man brought to ground. In fact, that might have been Evans, and it's wrapped up, and we're going to have another stoppage. So very close to quarter time here, and the Hawkers with a 7-point lead on the Commercial Club scoreboard. Opening term brought to you by Elders Albury. Chapo Donk's time clock has almost gone 26 minutes. We've got another whistle here.
Yeah, lucky Finn Jacobson to cop one when he didn't really want it. He wasn't looking, and Cade Surrey was trying to give him a quick handball, but they escaped the clutches of the Hawks just there, the Beechworth Bushrangers.
Dangerous kick from Jacobson to Brent Ryan, back to Tom Cartledge, so they haven't gained much field position here. And Tom, he's going to switch the play. Didn't like what he saw out here. And that kick has gone to a one-on-one bouncing ball. Hawks might bring it back in here. Jack Andrew after it. Braden Carey on his hammer. And then at ground level, Tom Cartledge came through at the right time on to Brent Surrey. So good contest. Martin and got it off to Josh Hicks. And now contest with Jacobson at the bottom. And it looks like we're going to have another ball up. So the umpire will call for it. Freaky, what do we got, mate, on the Mad Jack stats?
Tom Cartledge up to 7 disposals now for the Bushrangers. Campbell Findick's up to 4 as well. So they're starting to get going late in this first quarter.
Yeah, great, solid contest here. Tight in the clinches. And Jake Hicks brought down again as we go to you, Chriso, for Albury Wodonga MG.
Just really well set up behind the ball, Kiewa, aren't they, at the moment? Every time Beechworth tries to slot through that defence, it just comes back in spades. So just need to be a bit cleaner, maybe keep the ball off Kiewa at the moment. But it's a free kick to the Hawks. Not sure what that was for.
Holding free kick,
to Tristan Mann. So he's going to line up for a shot of goal directly in front, kicking from about 50.
Scotty, this would hurt right on the first term siren for the Charcoal Kings.
It certainly would. As Geordie Crouch, I'd love to see what his stats are for this first quarter. I know we haven't really been following him, but he set up a fair few forward forays for the Hawks.
Man, long ball to the goal square. And a good mark taken back there by Anderson. So he's got it for the Bushrangers. And he wants to move it out. A long ball. Misses. McCarthy will love it. Then over the back to Connor Stone. Connor Stone up towards the Armstrong area. He must be close to quarter time. We've ticked over 28 minutes now. Carney for the Hawkers. Just trying to juggle the ball. Out of bounds, left of centre wing on the broadcast side. And again, we'll have another boundary throw in. 20 plays 13. So we've got the Hawks up over the Bushrangers. Opening term here brought to you by Elders Aubrey. Ball back into play. Will Love. And then Croucher burning away.
Got a paddock.
In the 19, Guernsey for the Hawks. He has. And then a low one inside 50. Bouncing ball. And then, well, players going in for it. Dishes out. Anderson picks it up one way and then wants to come back inboard to Belchy. Hammering now. Frick on the Matchjack stats.
He's had 12.
Wow. Huge opening term. And Will Love
looking to hand pass it off.
With the footy. Slows it up. Goes to Armstrong. 2-on-1. Carney. Now Liam Stevens. He sends it forward. Deep back there. Oh, nice mark. Dylan Pritchard plays on goal. Great work from Dylan. Read it beautifully. And then swung around and he gets a double. And I tell you what, Scotty Fraser for the Charcoal Kings, that's exactly what Beechworth needed close to the quarter time break.
Certainly was, and it started with that mark in the middle of the ground. I did mention before the game, Willem Love can just work his butt off so much, and he just worked over here that hard that Tristan Mann couldn't get anywhere near him, and they get it forward and a great goal to Pritchard.
Absolutely dominated this first quarter, Chris. 17 inside 50s to 7. The scores are 1 point the difference going into quarter time.
Yeah, made the most of their limited opportunities, haven't they, the Bushies? But great kicking there, long kicking from Stevens to set up Pritchard, who marked beautifully. Thanks, and obviously played on and kicked an open goal. Much needed one for the Bushies. Now, not long left in the quarter. Look, you've just been tapped on the shoulder. About 30 seconds left in the quarter, so enough time for a goal either way, you reckon?
Yeah, yeah, definitely, for sure. So the Kiewa Sandy Creek Hawks with a 1 point lead here, Freaky. 3-2-20 to Beechworth's 3-1-19 on the Commercial Club scoreboard. Chris Mitchell.
Yeah, we saw that last night in the footy. You thought there was about 5 seconds left. There was about 15, wasn't there? I don't know what happened there, boys.
Yeah. Kept going. That's it. McCarthy, man came through with a big swing. McCarthy working away at ground level. That's what you want to see your ruckman do. Scotty Fraser for the Charcoal Kings.
Yeah, again, those two ruckmen going at it in there, and as you can see, looks like Jed Andrew and Brenton Surrey having a go at each other. And again,
that's it. Grand final spot on offer today. That's the prize for the victor. The winner to play Chilton, as we said, next Saturday's TDFL Grand Final right here at the Sandy Creek Recreational Reserve. Players going in. Brent Surrey. Fendick picks up the ball. And that brings the first term break. So 3-2-20. The Hawks up by 1 point to Beechworth's 3-1-19. The Bushrangers trail as we get to this first break. It is Scott Fraser, Chris Mitchell and Brad Freak. Luke Francis with you on the TDFL live stream. Hope you're enjoying the action. We'll join us on the other side and welcome you back here to Sandy Creek for a great second term.
Cadmac, the name you know and trust. Your exclusive supplier for New Holland, K-Line Agriculture Equipment, JCB and Macdon. Whatever you need, talk to the team. Cadmac, leaders in machinery and service. Hammond Avenue, Wagga Wagga and McCoy Street, Wodonga.
The team at DTD Engineering in Thurgoona loves steel fabrication. They do it every day for businesses all across the border region. And they'll do it for you too. You name it, they fabricate it. From stainless and mild steelwork to structural steelwork. Difficult fabrication and installation projects, they love those too. And DTD does it all from quote to paint to deliver. DTD Engineering Thurgoona and dtdeng.com.au. Proud sponsors of the Chiltern Swans Football Club.
The moment you step inside Build Pro Lavington, you'll feel it. 100% unadulterated customer love. It's how they do things at Build Pro. From their service to their stock, you'll love their range of Austral bricks. Austral's been making bricks for over 100 years, and Build Pro are the only local distributor. So for customer love and the best range of bricks and pavers, see Build Pro.
Way to go, Build Pro.
Dallinger Road, Lavington.
Drag it, drop it, crop it, play it, write it, space it, and erase it. Drag
Need a computer that won't crash? Need your Wi-Fi turbocharged? Need better data backup? Whatever you need your computer to do, Wangaratta Computers will help you do it better. Because that's what we do best. And we can do it in-store or at your home. So get your tech working better at wangarattacomputers.com.au.
write it, space it, and erase it.
The team at DTD Engineering in Thurgoona loves steel fabrication. They do it every day for businesses all across the border region. And they'll do it for you too. You name it, they fabricate it. From stainless and mild steelwork to structural steelwork. Difficult fabrication and installation projects, they love those too. And DTD does it all from quote to paint to deliver. DTD Engineering Thurgoona and dtdeng.com.au. Proud sponsors of the Chiltern Swans Football Club.
The moment you step inside Build Pro Lavington, you'll feel it. 100% unadulterated customer love. It's how they do things at Build Pro. From their service to their stock, you'll love their range of Austral bricks. Austral's been making bricks for over 100 years, and Build Pro are the only local distributor. So for customer love and the best range of bricks and pavers, see Build Pro.
Way to go, Build Pro.
Dallinger Road, Lavington.
The name you know and trust. Your exclusive supplier for New Holland, K-Line Agriculture Equipment, JCB and Macdon. Whatever you need, talk to the team. Cadmac, leaders in machinery and service. Hammond Avenue, Wagga Wagga and McCoy Street, Wodonga.
Absolutely domination by Kiewa in the inside 50 department in that first quarter. It was 17-7, so 10 more inside 50s for only one more shot at goal. So really haven't taken their opportunities. Beechworth's defence has been absolutely outstanding down the moment. Cade Surrey, Brent Ryan, Tom Cartledge down that back half have been outstanding for the Bushrangers. On our stat sheet, Tom Cartledge is up to 7 disposals. Alessandro Belch is the one in the middle of the ground that's really been the big mover for the Bushrangers. He's up to 12 disposals himself. And on the Kiewa side of things, Jack Demizio and Jace Bartel both up to 6. Josh Hicks only had a couple disposals early in that quarter as well. But it's obviously the inside 50s are the main one, but the Bushrangers again are getting their hands on the footy to start off the game with. It's 12 hit-outs to 3, so absolutely dominating in that area, but it's a very even game outside of those two aspects.
Certainly is. Brad Freak, sensational as always on the Matt Jack stat sheet this afternoon. We're about to head down to ground level and catch up with Scotty Fraser again for the Charcoal Kings. Scotty, could you get to the huddles, mate? Did you find out any news?
Got to both, and both coaches very buoyant about the start, being very good at the contest, being hard. Obviously, Cade Surrey's hit a few contests pretty hard as well, and Tom Cartledge made note of that. They really did give praise to the Pritchard boys down there in the forward line, telling them to open it up a little bit more and get it down there a little bit quicker. On the flip side, Jack Neal for Sandy Creek really had high praise for Dale Martin and Geordie Croucher. Just said we want that run on the wings and off the half back line to keep it going. Did put a bit of acid on Beattie and Newnham to kick it straight and get them goals on the scoreboard.
Yeah, super work from Scooter Fraser. Thanks to the Charcoal Kings. Chris Mitchell for Albury Wodonga MG. Your thoughts on that first term?
Yeah, well, Beechworth obviously got smashed in the inside 50s, but were able to keep on top of the scoreboard. Obviously, only one less scoring shot and only trailed by 1 point. I think the midfield battle was crucial. I think Bartel and Collins and Croucher have been outstanding so far. The Beechworth defence has kept them in it at the moment. How long can they keep that up for? We're going to find out very shortly, but Pritchard has obviously kept them in it with 2 goals as well, so they'll need him to keep firing up forward.
Second turn brought to you by Lawrence's Furniture One, and we're about to go here. Let's see what will happen in the second stanza. Belchy again, left foot, and then puts it straight on the boot over the top of Blasick, and then Braden Carey goes in. He's brought down in the Blasick tackle, and the umpire is going to have it. A 1 point lead of the Hawks over the Bushrangers on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard. Second term, early stages. McCarthy, and also man in the ruck, Eddie Cartledge, and then Collins searching for it at ground level. High pressure he's under at the moment. Might be in trouble. Stone's got him. Yep. I reckon that's good umpiring. Let's go down to Scotty Fraser for the Charcoal Kings. Good decision, I reckon, Scotty.
Certainly was. Collins had the opportunity to knock it away, but brought it back in underneath himself.
Stone, look at that for a hit. Beautiful.
Well, it's nearly 52. Knocked the ball out of his hands, but he's not going to pay it.
Yeah, Gareth Pritchard took the mark, and Chris Mitchell right on the money for Albury Wodonga MGG. It must have been borderline, Chris.
Well, I would have given it, but he hasn't, so he's going to line up Pritchard. Bit of a tight angle here for the Bushies.
Let's see what Gareth will do with this footy. I tell you what, steering it back. Has it got the legs? No. It's been touched. So the umpire indicates there were hands to it.
No arc to look at that one, Lukey.
That's exactly right, Chris O. Oh, what a final that was, eh? Richmond and...
I think they're still crying over that one.
That's right, the Lions up at the Gabba.
Apologies, Tiger supporters.
It's been dragging on, hasn't it? Rightio. Blasick with a long one. Out of the fence, over the top of Stone, McCarthy, and now Belchy. On to Eddie Cartledge, right foot, sends it towards the goal square, good contest. Dane Carey off the ground, touched.
Oh, hit the post.
And has hit the post anyway. And another minor score. So Beechworth 21, lead the Hawks 20 on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard.
Great defensive work there by Kel Turner in the last line of defence to keep Kiewa in it.
Come on, just over 2 minutes on the Japo Donks time clock. The ball comes out to Jed Andrew for the Hawks. Back pocket. Look at that.
Nice pace.
Yeah, beautiful. On to Carney. So Nick with
no
the
one
ball.
in the middle of the ground. Lukey, they've got a whole paddock.
You heard it from Chris Mitchell, Jed Andrew, and then Croucher. Left-handed pick-up was a ripper. And then right foot sends it inside 50. Bounces in front of Cade Surrey. And then Fendick back to Tom Cartledge. Circles around. Sees what he has short in front of him. Nice. Cade Surrey, that was neat footy.
Got a lot of composure, Cartledge, when he gets it deep in defence, hasn't he?
Then on to Brent Surrey. He does. Ryan to Belchy. How many now? 4 Macjack stats, Freaky?
Up to 14 for Belchy.
Beautiful. And Jack Ryan in the headband. Sends it down towards the Braden Carey direction. Blasick hot in his hammer. And ball has gone out of bounds. Scotty, we'll go back down to you for the Charcoal Kings. How was the ground underfoot when you were out there at quarter time?
Absolutely beautiful, boys. Need nothing more than moulded soles, and we haven't seen anyone really slip over yet, so hasn't played a part in the game, and got some slick footy happening.
Yeah, no, this ground is just absolutely immaculate. Wonderful surface. It's held up so well. The official weather report was 16 and showers easing, so not raining at the current time, and it hasn't throughout the first grade contest. Jason Bartel and also Braden Carey see the ball across the line. And again, we'll have another boundary throw in. So I hope you're enjoying the action on the TDFL live stream. Scott Fraser, Chris Mitchell, Brad Freak and Luke Francis bringing you the prelim final between the Bushrangers and the Hawks. Ball at ground level. In the back, was it?
Holding the ball, Lukey.
Pinged was Connor Stone. And Josh Hicks is going to take the kick. So he's on true half back. Chris Mitchell for Albury-Wodonga MG.
Yeah, the wind looks like it's picked up a little bit, Scooter. Can you notice anything down there? Is it favouring one side or the other?
He's going across the ground towards the gate, boys. So it should be in Kiewa's favour if they can get the ball over that side.
Geez, I tell you what, those cranes are absolute beauties out there, Scotty, for the Charcoal Kings.
Yeah, long-term sponsor Dunn's Twin City Cranes. We're very, very happy to have them on board, and hopefully people use their services.
Yeah, they look unreal. And then Wallace, nice mark, just handled it out in front of him because he was hot from Mouse and Wallace again. And then nifty, but he's kicked it out on the full. And the Bushrangers will win the ball deep in their back pocket at the Lockhart's Gap Road end, far side. So we've got a 1 point lead here to Beechworth, 3-3-21. The Hawkers 3-2-20 on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard. Chapo Dog's time clock has gone over 5 minutes now. We'll get some around the grounds scores very shortly too. Just some great games being played today. Wang versus Yarrawonga. We've got Holbrook versus Gindra. So what's happened here? A whistle, might have a blood rule.
Blood rule, I think.
Yeah, Cade Surrey.
Yep.
Looks like he's got claret coming from the snoz. As we go to you, Freaky.
Yeah, if we go around the grounds in the Hume League at the moment, Holbrook out to a 6 point lead at quarter time against Ginger, 3-2-20 to 2-2-14. And then the Ovens and Murray at the moment in the qualifying final between Yarrawonga and Wangaratta. Yarrawonga out to a 13 point lead, 5-4-34 to 3-3-21 early in the second quarter there.
So we've just got Kate Surrey coming off with a blood rule just around the nose and mouth area. Scooter, anything you can see down there?
Yeah, just a little bit coming from the nose, boys. I don't think it's anything too serious.
Yeah, so he's caught one in the beak at some stage. It won't take long to get him cleaned up and have him back on the ground. What a player he is. And then Bartel, Jason, he wants to send it down the line. And again, another contest. Ball has gone out of bounds. So early stages, second term of the Sandy Creek Recreational Reserve. What a picturesque setting it is. Just fantastic for bush footy. And then Jacobson, he's under pressure from Jake Hicks, again wrapped up, and the umpire will call for it again. Chris O for Albury-Wodonga MG.
We called it early too. We thought it was going to be a bit of a stoppage fest, didn't we? So that's what it's proving to be, but the umpire's paid holding the ball here to Kiewa.
Evans with it, so the big man about 60 from home, or 65, will go short and right, and he gets Jake Hicks. Now, what can Jake do? The Bushrangers have set up pretty well here. Look to be clogging up the space nicely, Chris O.
Yeah, they are. There's not many options available.
Yeah, so this will be interesting here.
Test him, I think, from here.
Certainly will. So, Jake, the slightly wet ball. I tell you what.
Got onto it.
He has. I tell you what, great effort. Right on the line. Jake's got this. That's his Sunjay goal of the day. A beauty to Jake Hicks for the Hawks as we go boundary side to Scott Fraser for the Charcoal Kings.
Just great to see a shot at goal for Kiewa Sandy Creek going straight through the middle, boys. Certainly what they need is a straight shooter down that end.
Yeah, two early disposals for Jace Bartel in the Magic Shed stat sheet in this quarter. Also Campbell Fendick and Alessandro Belchi just starting where he left off in that first quarter, has 2 as well. Takes him to 14 for the game. Inside 50's fairly even as well in this second quarter, 3-4 in favour of Kiewa.
Jack Hicks coming straight off the ground to applause from the bench there. So Kiewa very happy with his handiwork.
Yeah, just putting everything into that burgundy boot. And I'll tell you what, it worked. To the Lockhart's Gap Road end, that was an absolute ripper. McCarthy out of the middle on the boot for the Bushrangers. And ball hits the deck. Carney after it, so too is Armstrong. Great one-on-one contest. Stevens and then Wilson having a crack at it also for the Hawks. Along the ground, Stone, he wants it. And then going in, Josh Hicks. That's fantastic footy. Scott Fraser for the Charcoal Kings. What finals is all about?
Never one person tackling another. It's two or three from both sides. It's fantastic to see at these stoppages.
Certainly is. High kick out of the air. Wilson brought to ground. Gee, this has stepped up a notch now. And then Blasick. Look at him put the foot down. Don't know if the bounce was the right option. And then Anderson dragged it in. He might be in trouble, I reckon.
Nearly chicken wing.
Umpire. No. Yep. He has pinged it.
Did he drag it in?
I thought he did.
Yeah.
Same as Collins before, boys. Had the opportunity to knock it on, but he dragged it in.
Blasick over the head of McDonald.
3 bites of the
Nice
cherry, but he's
mark.
held on to it.
So Scott Bartell's taken it. Read it better than anyone. Ball just carried there, Chris Mitchell.
Went over the top of about 3 heads, and he had the jukes out. Took 3 bites of the cherry, but came out on top. Scott Bartell, he should make the distance from here.
Special comments brought to you by Aubrey Wodonga MG. Chris Mitchell with his finger on the pulse. Scott Bartell. And the Hawkers, they get another. 2 within about a minute, I reckon, or 90 seconds. That was a beauty. So we go to Brad Freak on the Mad Jack stat sheet.
Yeah, 5 inside 50s to 4 in favour of Kiewa in this quarter. Been able to hit the scoreboard twice by kicking those 2 goals. So being a lot more effective when they go forward in this term. Campbell Fendick has really started this quarter well for the Bushrangers. He's up to 3 early touches. 2 to Alessandro Belsi and 2 to Jace Bartel as well.
Yeah, we'll go back down to Scotty Fraser and Scooter. The Hawkers just seem to be working into their game nicely now.
A little bit of class shining through, but Scotty Bartell, he knows his ground back to front, and just a proper kick at goal, boys. It never looked like missing.
Second turn brought to you by Lawrence's Furniture One. Inspirations Paint scoreboard sees the Hawks 32, leading the Bushrangers 21. Japo Donk's time clock has gone just on 10.5. Chris Mitchell for Aubrey Wodonga MG.
Yeah, Jack Demissio's pushed up into the midfield, boys. Jack Ryan not far behind him. I think he's the shadow for the day.
Back in the centre. Let's see what happens. Love and also Beattie this time. Bartell, Jason missed it. And then the ball is tied up. Many players in there. And again, we'll have another stoppage. Hope you're enjoying the TDFL live stream. Scott Fraser, boundary side for the Charcoal Kings. Chris Mitchell for Aubrey Wodonga MG. Special comments. Brad Freak on the Matt Jack stats. And Luke Francis with you. Just loving our prime spot up here in the broadcast position. Jacobson, Evans, quick hat kick. Fendick goes in for the Bushrangers. Leg, was he?
Yeah, free kick against Beattie, I think, sort of took him out a little bit. So, yeah, it was there. Fendick.
So Fendick. Handballs, and he was hot, so he had to get rid of it. Braden Carey at the back just shifted his player or opponent under the ball. And Jed Andrews. Stevens versus Demizio. Jed Andrews again, and Josh Hicks. Ball comes out to Martin. He wants to dish back. G to Blasick. Oh, beautiful Shepherd from
Got some wheels.
He does. And then Josh Hicks over the top to Jason Bartell. He's got to go now. He's got a man coming at him. Oh, beautiful football. Great work. On to Jack Andrew. Long kick. The Hawks get an entry. Over the back. Bartell running onto it. Scott, that is. One way back. The other straightens up left foot. And the Hawkers have got 3 in a row in this term. And I'll tell you what, the Bushrangers
touched the point post, boys. Just hold on a sec.
Oh dear, controversy.
He may have pushed off. No, he's given it a go.
We don't mind a bit of controversy.
So just tell us.
It looked like Scotty Bartell pushed off the point post. I think that's what umpire Damien Patterson was just going over to check with goal umpire Hogan. But great goal. All started from the great poise by Scotty Bartell out here off half back, just to punch it over the top, knowing that if he had taken possession, he would have been crunched in the tackle by the Beechworth player. So great awareness.
That's great. Hawks footy, they use their run legs, obviously, as you touched on, Bartell and Jack Andrews. Josh Hicks was in that chain as well. He's up to 3 disposals in this second quarter as well.
38 plays 21. So the Hawks with a nice break now on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard. First turn brought to you by Lawrence's Furniture One. And, well, Brent Surrey tried hard. Fendick. A couple of Hawks bring him down. Josh Hicks over it. Umpire's going to call for it. And, well, it's getting tough now around the contest. Freaky.
We saw this last week with Beechworth, with what Chilton was going to get away from them, and they came back in that second quarter. See if they can respond again here today.
And a ball up. Quick one out of the pack. Bouncing ball in the direction of Wallace. Nice hands, good pick up. Newnham finds himself well up the ground, and then he wants to get it to the outer side. Croucher after it. Gee, every time I see that 19 Hawks Guernsey, it just reminds me of Jason Dunstall, Scotty Fraser.
He's had a heap of kicks too, hasn't he, mate? Croucher, you'd have to have a guess. He'd easily be up to about 12 or 14 by now.
Scotty brought you by the Charcoal Kings, and we'll have another boundary throw in. Inside the 50 arc towards the Lockhart's Gap Road end. That is a beautiful throw in. Ball hits the deck. And then, well, the Bushrangers with a hack kick. Braden Carey onto Armstrong, and Liam Stevens is going to have to go at this, and he does, but the chalk beats him, and the ball again has gone out of bounds. Yeah, so the Hawks, well, really on top and controlling the game in this second term. Chris Mitchell for Albury Wodonga MG.
Yeah, Beechworth struggling to get it over halfway at the moment. The midfield's well on top for Kiewa.
Freaky, how are the inside 50s looking on the Mad Jack stats?
Yeah, they're relatively even in this second quarter. They're 5 for Beechworth, 7 to Kiewa, but been able to take much more advantage of them. Beechworth had a few quick entries at the start of the quarter, but Kiewa in this middle to late, and it's up to this part of the quarter, been able to dominate that area and be able to hit the scoreboard as well.
Yeah, so let's see who can clear the ball from this boundary throw in over the back. Rolling along the ground, Blasick did well to pick it up. His kick was smothered by Cade Surrey, and then Belchy. How many now, Freaky, on the Mac Jack?
Up to 15 for Belchy.
Eddie Cartledge, right foot, nice to Armstrong, takes it in the midst. Got a slight push in the back. I thought that was fair.
Put a bit of mayo on it.
Yeah, not much in it at all. Then Armstrong, deep to Pritchard, Dylan, nice mark. He's a long way from home, Chris Mitchell, for Albury Wodonga MG.
Wants to move it quickly. He's got a couple of Beechworth players there leading for the ball. Camp Fendix trying to get it, but
Dylan Pritchard took on the man on the mark. High ball knocked across the line by Demizio, and it's gone through for 1- score. What's the latest in the action like on the boundary there, Scotty Fraser, for the Charcoal Kings?
Crowd's getting into it again, and interesting, Connor Newnham is down in the back line, so you don't know if he's following someone, but they'll keep an eye on that for you.
Yeah, that's right. He's well up the ground as Josh Hicks takes a mark in the 9 Guernsey for the Hawks. He plays on, and he's got Newnham now, so this is interesting. He's got to go. Connor Stone did so well for the Bushrangers. Look at that for delivery. Trying to find Dylan Pritchard. Hawks defence scramble though, and did enough to get it across the line.
Yeah, Jake Hicks just tried to split the middle there, but it was a 50-50 ball, and Connor Stone was up to the challenge, and obviously great defensive work there by Demizio to go back with the flight of the ball.
Chris Mitchell brought to you by Albury Wodonga MG, great sponsors of the TDFL live stream. Freaky on the Matt Jack stats. What's the standout stat for this quarter, mate?
It'd have to be Josh Hicks there, just up to his 5th disposal of the quarter. Campbell Fendick has also had 5 as well for Beechworth.
So Vogel with the Sheriff. He's calling in Jason Bartell. A nice kick just over the top of Braden Carey. Evans has got it. The big man, lower right calf heavily strapped, and then a high dump kick down towards centre wing. Connor Stone with a high fly. Ball on the deck, kicking in danger. You don't see it played too often, Chris Mitchell, for Albury Wodonga MG.
No, he's right on top of that one, the umpire.
So they want to move it down towards the interchange gates, wanting Gareth Pritchard.
There's a mark there.
Chet Andrew.
Yeah, he's going to pay the mark, surely. No?
This is interesting.
I don't know what he's doing. I don't think he knows.
And the umpire just, I think, is a little confused in the end and decided to ball it up. Yeah, we'll play on. Bartell, Jason, Fendick pulls him across the line. Well, I don't know about the prior opportunity there, Chris Mitchell.
I don't think there was any prior, but anyways.
Scotty Fraser, Charcoal Kings.
He was sitting on my lap as he was tackled, boys.
Goodness gracious. Carney, then on to Blasick. There's some feeling in this game now. And then a short one into Jake Hicks. Now he's got a man on, and he gets him, and that's Martin, and Martin's away off half-back. And then a high ball inside 50. It's all Bushrangers back there, and Anderson takes the mark in front of Nick Beattie. So poor delivery going forward, Chris Mitchell, for Albury Wodonga MG.
Bit of a wasted opportunity. Had plenty of opportunities and options up the ground, but kicked it straight down the throat of Anderson.
Cade Surrey, true centre wing. So he's got the headband on now. Caught one in the beak earlier on, had to come off, got strapped up. Armstrong, red boots. Got a 25-metre kick down the line to Dylan Pritchard, but he's a long way from home. Circles around. Spears one in now, very wide, too wide, and has gone out of bounds on the full. The Hawks will win it back. Freaky on the Magic stats.
Yeah, Bushrangers is about able to get more of the footy going forward later in this quarter after 10 inside 50s, but yet to kick a goal in this term. Only 3 behinds. In the first quarter, it was the opposite story. They were able to take their opportunities. The back line of the Kiewa, Sandy Creek's really starting to stand up really well. The Bushies looking to get a goal on the board to kill some momentum.
Handball heading towards Jake Hicks. And then Fendick. Nice pick up. Straight on the boot. Blasick. Thought he got interfered with for Brent Surrey. Umpire said play on. Jed Andrew, long ball, 2.5 for Wallace. He can be dangerous in these situations. Cade Surrey on his hammer. Wallace slipped over.
Well, then he got a free kick, I reckon, but in the back. No,
high.
Yeah, no, he got clobbered in the back there. I think it might have been Ryan. Clobbered Wallace in the back, so he's going to go down a free kick. Just as he slipped, he just got a knee in the back as well.
Probably a little bit unlucky there, but it was definitely there. So he slipped over, just as you perfectly called it there, mate. It's 9th inside 50, for the quarter key. We're looking to kick their 4th goal, so been really effective when they have gone forward on the Magic Shed stat sheet.
Yeah, Ryan Wallace, he can be so dangerous, this guy. And slippery around the sticks. He's just got to finish off his work here. And Ryan, he's just pushed it to the outer side and through for 1 minus score. So 39 plays 23 on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard. And the Japo Dogs time clock has almost gone 20 minutes here in the second term. So we're working up towards the long break as the sun breaks through here, Chris Mitchell.
We haven't seen it all week.
We haven't. Tell you what, it's welcome, that is for sure. Josh Hicks trying to get the handball off to Jason Bartel. And the ball has gone down a bounce.
If we have a look at the Magic Shed stat sheet, Campbell Fendick for the Bushrangers has been really strong this second quarter. He's up to 7 disposals, really fighting hard for his team.
Ball back in to play. Many players around this ball. And then Jacobson picks it up. Tried to get it up to a teammate, interfered with, and the ball has gone out of bounds. We'll get it around the... hello, bit of push and shove down there. Nothing too much in that. And then Newnham over the back. McDonald brought down by Fendick. Ball spills out. And then players go in, and again, it's going to be locked up. Freaky will get some around the ground scores.
Yeah, from the Ovens and Murray at the moment, Yarrawonga still with a 13-point lead over
Beechworth.
See a free kick to Beechworth. The Yarrawonga still at the 13-point lead, 40-27.
Anderson, back pocket for the Bushrangers. Looking for Brent Ryan. It was a nice kick. He's got it just inside defensive 50. Anderson, great running from behind and just put some speed on the ball. Then down towards centre wing. Dylan Pritchard, nice mark. But again, he's a long way from the sticks. Drives it inside attacking 50. Whistle. Might have caught one late, did he, Chris Mitchell?
No, I didn't see that, Scooter. Do you see anything down there?
Just a little bit late by Zach Collins. Yeah, nothing too much in it.
Connor Stone with the ball. Chris Mitchell brought you by Aubrey Wodonga MG. Scott Scooter Fraser by the Charcoal Kings. Stone, gee, that was a wide ball. And then Gareth Pritchard wants to steer it into Dylan Pritchard. This time about 70 out. And he's looking to put it in. And then a smother from Collins. Josh Hicks to Jake Hicks. And they move it inboard. Nice footy to Martin.
Just a turnover where they don't want it, isn't it, Beechworth? And now they're going to slingshot footy up the other end, Kiewa.
Yeah, dangerous spot. Collins is on and he gets him. So Collins, what will he do if this footy wants to straighten up? Spears it in. Connor Newnham, great mark. Good footy. So Collins, well, you might have saw his eyes dart out wide. And then he looked back and he was almost told by some of his teammates, Chris Mitchell, to straighten it up. And he hits Connor Newnham in a perfect spot.
Move over Wayne Carey. It was really Wayne Carey-esque, wasn't it? Just
on the chest.
High the pack on the chest, but under all sorts of pressure from Brent Ryan, but just couldn't get a spoil in.
This is Connor's sort of area here, boys. He's seen a few times at the Ovens and Murray last year. Can be a bit on and off with his goal kicking. Let's see if he's got his boots on today.
Here he goes, Connor. Let's see if he can put this one through for the Hawks. Shooting for their 7th, but that's not going to do it. That is very wide, and he's blown it. So Scotty Fraser, he is known to miss a few, isn't he, Connor Newnham, for the Charcoal Kings?
It's becoming too common for him, boys, but fantastic work by Collins to just dart that ball back into the centre and spot him up. So hopefully he can get a goal on the board soon.
Absolutely. Mousom drives it outside defensive 50. Pets at the back. Anderson just couldn't get his hands on the footy. Pressure from behind from Martin. And again, we're going to have a ball in left of centre wing. Scott Fraser, Chris Mitchell, Brad Freak and Luke Francis on the TDFL live stream. Almost gone. 23 and a half on the Jappo Dogs time clock. Inspiration Paint scoreboard sees the Hawks up 40 over the Bushrangers, 23. And then ball spills out. Brent Surrey tried to pick it up and then got one out in direction. Martin picks it up for the Hawks. He's seen over the chalk. And again, a boundary throwing Chris Mitchell for Albury Wodonga MG.
Yeah, 17 points of difference. It'd really deflate their bubble, wouldn't it, to concede a late one here. The Bushies, they've been trying really hard in this second quarter, haven't made the most of their chances, but don't want to concede this late one.
Absolutely, in a tight contest. Goals mean everything. DeMizio, thumping ball down long. Beattie at the back. Goes again, just tried to get rid of his opponent, wins it at ground level, spits one out to McDonald, and then Jack Andrew onto Wallace goal. Wallace has kicked it. Oh, quick hands, hot potato from the Kiewa Sandy Creek Hawks, and that was a terrific goal. Let's go back down to Scotty Fraser for the Charcoal Kings.
This is the Kiewa that we know that can play footy, boys. If their big forwards aren't kicking goals, they're little blokes. Scott Bartell, Jace Bartell, Ryan Wallace, they're the ones that can hit the scoreboard and really hurt you.
In this quarter, it's all about opportunity on the Mad Jack Shed stat sheet. It's 11 inside 50s apiece, but it's 4 behinds for Beechworth, for 4 goals, 2 for Kiewa. So it's purely taking your opportunities when you're going inside forward 50 has been the difference in this game.
Yeah, and the sun's shining down on the Sandy Creek Recreational Reserve now. 25 minutes in to the second term in this prelim final. The winner to take on the Cheltenham Swans in next Saturday's TDFL Grand Final. What a beauty that will be. Out wide. Nice mark from Jason Bartell. Here come the Hawks again. Wide entry. And a nice mark taken by Anderson. He did well against Beattie. Read it beautifully. And the Bushrangers hold up in defence this time. On to Kate Surrey. Short one to Pets. Arc of the 50 defensively. So Riley with the Sharon. Looks like he's going to go with a dump kick down the line. There it is, a high one. Now Will Love and Tristan Man front spot. Just knocked it out of bounds. And Chris Mitchell indicates that he should have marked it in the end for Albury Wodonga MG.
That's what I thought. He had about 2 metres on his opponent in Love, but tries the double fist over the line instead.
Yeah, he had so much time in the end, didn't he, Scotty Fraser, for the Charcoal Kings?
Caught me off guard there, boys. Actually just had a phone call from Johnny Lawrence, Furniture One. Was telling him about his pop-up showroom on the right-hand side of the ground there where all those couches are.
Great sponsors of the second term. Lawrence's Furniture One, good on them, on board for the TDFL live stream this year. And Jet Andrew with the pill. Got a bit of commentary there from downstairs.
We are under the can bar.
We are. Oh, Kate Surrey.
Got up high, he's a bit sore.
He took to the air. I tell you what, his legs were scrambling everywhere at the end, trying to find the ground. Did you see that one, Scotty Fraser, for the Charcoal Kings?
Geez, if only he had have got his hands to it and taken the mark, it would have beaten the one he taken the other week for Azai Nussa mark of the day.
Yeah, it took a ripper here last week. That's right, Scotty. And Azai Nussa mark of the day it was. And, well, he just got up there then.
Unfortunately, it was deemed an unrealistic attempt.
He hung around for a bit, but ball didn't quite fall in the breadbasket. Here goes Newnham. Shot for the Hawks to bring up their 8th. And that one wavered also to the right. So he's blown that one. And then ball defensively out of bounds again. What is it, Scotty? It just seems to be in his head at the moment for the Charcoal Kings.
Yeah, no idea. The ball drop just doesn't seem to be right, boys. And the rebound is about another 40-metre defensive punch by Cade Surrey.
Yeah, not making good connection to the footy, is he?
Love, nice tap out the back. Dane Carey, pressure from James.
It might be deliberate here. The Kiewa boys are calling for it anyway.
And the ball has gone out of bounds. We will have a boundary throw-in, so very shortly we'll go around the grounds and catch up with the scores between Holbrook and Gindra, and also Yarrawonga and Wang as we lead into tonight's game between Collingwood and Fremantle at the G. Hawks squaring Borderson half forward, turn up, and then Croucher picks it up and got it knocked out of his hands. Wild hand pass, ball rolling along the ground. Anderson came out, met the ball beautifully. I tell you what, it's been great down there for his Bushrangers. He's trying so hard to repel the challenge, but the pressure is on, isn't it, Chris Mitchell?
Yeah, the Kiewa forwards are really keeping that pressure on, and that perceived pressure as well, putting the Beechworth defenders under all sorts.
Chris Mitchell for Albury Wodonga MG this afternoon. Vogel, high up and under kick, and then punched away. Brent Ryan was there. Dane Carey got it off, defended, and then Bartell, Jason, the Mizio out wide to Josh Hicks, trying to go back inside, got his legs taken accidentally, and Josh will get the ball. So it was intentional from Dane Carey. Well, I thought anyhow. What did you think, Chris Mitchell? For
Yeah, no, I think he definitely tried to stop him, didn't he? But he came down quite hard. Hicks, that was the issue.
Josh, left foot low, one going in forward. Connor Newnham went to ground. Ball out the back of the contest. There's that man again, Anderson. And then drives it out wide. Armstrong in a one-on-one with Wilson. And then Armstrong wanting the line, I reckon.
Yep.
Keeps it in though. Wilson in the orange boots. Belchy intercepts. And starts, well, gets caught by Evans. Swung around in the tackle. And the umpire is going to pay it. So Evans with the ball for the Hawks.
Tackling's been first class from the Hawks, hasn't it?
50 metres.
Yeah, bad footy. So this will hurt this one. Ticking up towards the 30-minute mark on the Japo Donks time clock. Second term brought to you by Lawrence's Furniture 1. And a good break for the Hawkers, 46-23 over the Bushies. And Freaky, the Bushrangers certainly don't want this one.
No, definitely not. Kiewa have been all over him in this second term. Absolutely dominant, looking to kick their 5th goal of the quarter here through Cam Evans.
Armstrong and Buckley Wilson were in a little bit of a jumper punch altercation, and unfortunately it was Armstrong's that got seen by the umpire.
And Evans has missed everything, so out of bounds on the full and won't register a score. So that brings half-time here at the Sandy Creek Recreation Reserve in the prelim final for the TDFL this year. And at the long break, it is the Kiewa Sandy Creek Hawks 7-4-46, leading the Beechworth Bushrangers 3-5-23. Scott Fraser, Chris Mitchell, Brad Freak and Luke Francis with you. We'll take a break on the TDFL live stream and return with a big second half right after this.
Cadmac, the name you know and trust. Your exclusive supplier for New Holland, K-Line Agriculture Equipment, JCB and Macdon. Whatever you need, talk to the team. Cadmac, leaders in machinery and service. Hammond Avenue, Wagga Wagga and McCoy Street, Wodonga.
The team at DTD Engineering in Thurgoona loves steel fabrication. They do it every day for businesses all across the border region. And they'll do it for you too. You name it, they fabricate it. From stainless and mild steel work to structural steel work. Difficult fabrication and installation projects, they love those too. And DTD does it all, from quote to paint to deliver. DTD Engineering Thurgoona and dtdeng.com.au. Proud sponsors of the Chiltern Swans Football Club.
The moment you step inside Build Pro Lavington, you'll feel it. 100% unadulterated customer love. It's how they do things at Build Pro. From their service to their stock, you'll love their range of Austral bricks. Austral's been making bricks for over 100 years, and Build Pro are the only local distributor. So for customer love and the best range of bricks and pavers, see Build Pro.
Way to go, Build Pro.
Dallinger Road, Lavington.
Drag it, drop it, crop it, play it, write it, chase it, and erase it. Drag
Need a computer that won't crash? Need your Wi-Fi turbocharged? Need better data backup? Whatever you need your computer to do, Wangaratta Computers will help you do it better. Because that's what we do best. And we can do it in-store or at your home. So get your tech working better at wangarattacomputers.com.au.
Write it, space it, and erase it.
The team at DTD Engineering in Thurgoona loves steel fabrication. They do it every day for businesses all across the border region. And they'll do it for you too. You name it, they fabricate it. From stainless and mild steel work to structural steel work. Difficult fabrication and installation projects, they love those too. And DTD does it all, from quote to paint to deliver. DTD Engineering Thurgoona and dtdeng.com.au. Proud sponsors of the Chiltern Swans Football Club.
The moment you step inside Build Pro Lavington, you'll feel it. 100% unadulterated customer love. It's how they do things at Build Pro. From their service to their stock, you'll love their range of Austral bricks. Austral's been making bricks for over 100 years, and Build Pro are the only local distributor. So for customer love and the best range of bricks and pavers, see Build Pro.
Way to go, Build Pro.
Dallinger Road, Lavington.
The name you know and trust. Your exclusive supplier for New Holland, K-Line Agriculture Equipment, JCB and Macdon. Whatever you need, talk to the team. Cadmac, leaders in machinery and service. Hammond Avenue, Wagga Wagga and McCoy Street, Wodonga.
Halftime show brought to you by the Shed Company. We're at the beautiful picturesque ground of Sandy Creek, and it is Kiewa leading 7-4-46 in the prelim final against the Beechworth Bushrangers, 3-5-23. With me is Scooter Fraser. Scooter, how did you see the second quarter?
I think we saw exactly what I was alluding to before the game, that at some stage Kiewa had to click. Their centre clearances, their balls, they're getting the ball on the wing, and they're just so direct. It is absolutely fantastic. Their runners, Ronnie Wallace, Scotty Bartell, Jace Bartell, Dale Martin, Jordan Croucher, they're just in the game so much that I think Beechworth are probably down in their room right now going, holy crap, what are we going to do? To cover five runners like that, but you still got Blazic, Demizio, Collins and Vogel coming off the half back line, so it really is it's crunch time for the Bushrangers.
You can see they're definitely two contrasting styles in that first half. Beechworth at times are just a little bit more static, I guess, a little bit more purposeful with their kicks, where Kiewa really want to switch the ball. As soon as any opportunity that they've got today to be able to move the ball across the half-back line, and as the blokes you just mentioned there, Scooter, get them out to the Andrews, the Vogels, to the Demizios, to these type of guys, the Bartells, the Wallace, just get their leg speed and go, because that's what makes the Hawks so dangerous. When they get that leg speed and run out in such a big open space, Chris at Sandy Creek, that's when they can just run on top of teams, and just like they have in that second quarter.
Scooter, their pressure around the ball's been first class, Kiewa. What can Beechworth do to turn around in the second quarter? We know they've struggled to kick goals so far. No Middleton as well today. Puts a lot of pressure on Pritchard. Do we think he's going to kick a winning score for the Bushies?
Yeah, exactly, mate. And if he gets the ball too far out, well, that's the issue. The ball dropped short earlier, and the thing for this quarter, Beechworth, they should be looking at those flags up there on the Duns Twin City Cranes. The wind is going to that end, so it's the premiership quarter to get into the grand final. So if they don't make up that margin in this quarter, it's pretty much game over. I think Willem Love, I think Beechworth probably need to go back to an 80s ruckman. Get it, punch it forward, and have your centre half forward and your forward flanks in front. Get away from the clearances. I think when you're getting beaten in the clearances, you just need to get it over the top. Get it out of that centre circle and get the ball, get the runners going that way. So that could be what Tommy Cartledge and Braden Carey are in there trying to instrument right now.
because that is one area of the game, Scotty, where Beechworth are well on top, is the hit-outs around the ground. It's 20 hit-outs to 8 in favour of the Bushrangers on the Magic Shed stat sheet in that first half. They're really dominating it, but they haven't been able to use it, turn it into their midfield possessions and use their leg speed and break away at times. So as Scooter's right there, that's one area of the game they can really try and push the envelope a little bit further across with the Hawks, because they're right on top there, Chris.
Cade Surrey's been quite quiet and is instrumental when Beechworth are playing well. He usually is on top of his opponent. He's been a little bit all over the field, pushed in defence and a little bit in the midfield. Where would you put him in this third quarter?
Well, ironically, talking to Gus and Robbie on the all-rounders this morning, I said that they could throw something in the mix and put him forward, but if Cade Surrey's forward, they don't have a Cade Surrey back. He did start forward, which was very interesting, but then pushed back and was on Newnham for a little while. Look, he's always going to do that proper job for you no matter where he is. So he's been quiet, probably because he's been moved up and down the ground a little bit. Look, if he stays back, he's going to be one of their best players. If he moves up and the ball doesn't get there, then he's not going to be as effective. So, they've relied on him a couple of times already in the finals this year. He'll still give that output, there's no doubt about it. Quiet quarter from Belchy then, probably not as good at the influence that he had in the first quarter. But I think there's probably the likes of Mitch Anderson's been fantastic down back. Finn Jacobson, Armstrong, Liam Stevens probably just need to take that next step for the third quarter if the Bushies are going to close in on that margin. Yeah, absolutely. If we have a quick look at the Magic Shed's stat sheet for that first half, we'll just have a look at the quick disposal getters in the first half. As you touched on there, Scooter, and Alessandro Belchi had the 12 in the first quarter, but only ended up 15 at half-time, was much quieter. The Hawks were able to slow him down. Campbell Fendick is up to 12 disposals for the Bushrangers and 8 each for Tommy Cartledge and Cade Surrey, but it doesn't feel like they're having a real influence on the game at the moment. They're getting their hands on the footy, but not really impacting it as much as what they could potentially. If we have a look at the Sandy Creek side of things, Jace Bartel up to 12 disposals, Jack Demizio's up to 10, and Josh Hicks had 7 in that second quarter to get him up to 9 as well. The inside 50s are well in favour of for the Hawks as well, 31 to 18. So it just proves the dominance they've had, and it was 14 to 11 in that second quarter alone. So they've really been able to keep on top of their Chris.
And Connor Newnham has had several missed opportunities yet to trouble the scorers. Scooter, what do you do with him if you're Jack Neal?
I'd put him further up the ground. Yeah, without a doubt. Nick Beattie missed a couple as well. But the running brigade of Kiewa have hurt Beechworth on the scoreboard. So I'd play with 2 centre forwards. Get him out of the way. Those 2 big blokes, if they can lead out of the V right up on the half forward line, you got Beattie one side, Newnham the other. You eliminate. They can get the ball going forward.
So basically, plays a decoy.
Well, play one as a decoy, the other, or just both lead to opposite sides of the ground. I just think eliminate the confusion or eliminate the problem at the moment. Get them kicking from 70, 60 out into the leaders, those little runners. And you see a couple of times, Kiewa are that smart that if they just kick it over the pack. Or to the left of the pack, and you know that Scotty Bartel or Jace Bartel, they're going to be running. And the moments Jace Bartel gets the ball, he'll wheel around, bang, and you've got a goal. Ryan Wallace has shown it twice there, and certainly that's why they're in front. If we go around the grounds at the moment, the other games in footy at the moment, Holbrook hold a 10-point lead over Gindra in the Hume League, 34-24. And in the big game in the Ovens of Murray, it could be a big upset brewing there at the moment. Yarrawonga out to a 20-point lead in the third quarter against Wangaratta. So a big game there. And if we have an Atura Albury netball update in the A-grade netball at the moment, Kiewa 23 lead Tallangatta 8-19 goals at half-time there as well.
Well, plenty to play for this weekend. What the Hume League, how is that looking at the moment, Freaky? I know you're keeping a very close eye on Holbrook.
Yeah, Holbrook are up by 10 points there, Chris, at half-time. 6-4-34 to 3-6-24 at the moment. Obviously, one Robert McKinley, he's there all banging in blood. I think he's nearly the runner as also today as well. So he'll be...
Big Josh Lloyd for Gindra has done his hamstring, boys.
So. Oh, dear.
Well, that's not too bad. He's had a lot of knee problems in the past, so it's good it's not something too
exactly.
serious.
All right. Well, we might go to a quick break. This is the halftime show brought to you by the Shed Company. Don't go away. We'll have all the second half action from Sandy Creek very shortly.
Cadmac, the name you know and trust. Your exclusive supplier for New Holland, K-Line Agriculture Equipment, JCB and Macdon. Whatever you need, talk to the team. Cadmac, leaders in machinery and service. Hammond Avenue, Wagga Wagga and McCoy Street, Wodonga.
The team at DTD Engineering in Thurgoona loves steel fabrication. They do it every day for businesses all across the border region. And they'll do it for you too. You name it, they fabricate it. From stainless and mild steel work to structural steel work. Difficult fabrication and installation projects, they love those too. And DTD does it all from quote to paint to deliver. DTD Engineering Thurgoona and dtdeng.com.au. Proud sponsors of the Chiltern Swans Football Club.
The moment you step inside Build Pro Lavington, you'll feel it. 100% unadulterated customer love. It's how they do things at Build Pro. From their service to their stock, you'll love their range of Austral bricks. Austral's been making bricks for over 100 years, and Build Pro are the only local distributor. So for customer love and the best range of bricks and pavers, see Build Pro.
Way to go, Build Pro.
Tallangatta Road, Lavington.
Drag it, drop it, crop it, play it, write it, paste it, and erase it. Drag
Need a computer that won't crash? Need your Wi-Fi turbocharged? Need better data backup? Whatever you need your computer to do, Wangaratta Computers will help you do it better. Because that's what we do best. And we can do it in-store or at your home. So get your tech working better at wangarattacomputers.com.au.
Play it, write it, space it, and erase it.
The team at DTD Engineering in Thurgoona loves steel fabrication. They do it every day for businesses all across the border region. And they'll do it for you too. You name it, they fabricate it. From stainless and mild steel work to structural steel work. Difficult fabrication and installation projects, they love those too. And DTD does it all from quote to paint to deliver. DTD Engineering Thurgoona and dtdeng.com.au. Proud sponsors of the Chiltern Swans Football Club.
The moment you step inside Build Pro Lavington, you'll feel it. 100% unadulterated customer love. It's how they do things at Build Pro. From their service to their stock, you'll love their range of Austral bricks. Austral's been making bricks for over 100 years, and Build Pro are the only local distributor. So for customer love and the best range of bricks and pavers, see Build Pro.
Way to go, Build Pro.
Tallangatta Road, Lavington.
Cadmac, the name you know and trust. Your exclusive supplier for New Holland, K-Line Agriculture Equipment, JCB and Macdon. Whatever you need, talk to the team. Cadmac, leaders in machinery and service. Hammond Avenue, Wagga Wagga and McCoy Street, Wodonga.
Break between the Beechworth Bushrangers and the Kiewa Sandy Creek Hawks. And the Hawks, well, they've got a good break, and Beechworth dearly need the opening major of the third term. Otherwise, this prelim final is in danger of slipping away from them. Of course, Chiltern already through to the big one next Saturday in the TDFL, and we just await their opponents now. Chris Mitchell and Brad Freak with me up in the commentary position, and Scotty Fraser making his way down to the boundary for a big second half. Freaky, let's recap the Mad Jack stats for the first half.
Yeah, in that first half, Alessandro Belchi was our leading disposal getter on our stat sheet. He was up to 15 disposals. Campbell Fendick was up to 12, and Jason Bartel for the Hawks is up to 12 as well. 10 disposals for Jack Demizio as well for Kiewa Sandy Creek. He was really good, but he obviously hasn't had a great impact in the game as we know he has. He's obviously had the 10 disposals. He has been looked at pretty closely at times by a few different players for the Bushrangers, and they're trying to negate his influence. But as Scotty touched on at half time, it's been the smalls for Kiewa that are getting it done today. Scotty Bartel, Ryan Wallace, Jace Bartel, Jack Andrew, Dylan Blasick. These runners of the ball are really getting it done for the Hawks today.
Brad Freak doing a great job for Matt Jack. Chris Mitchell for Aubrey Wodonga MG. It goes without saying, Chris O, Beechworth Bushrangers dearly need the first one. They need to hit the scoreboard early, don't they?
We're going to find out in the first 5 minutes whether they're up for this fight, but we know perennial contenders Kiewa, so searching for the first flag since 2018 and a spot in the grand final.
Man, big hit out of the ruck. Tom Cartledge did well. Look at this for a clearance, and then handles it off to Alessandro Belchi. Try to hit it back, but didn't work, and then Croucher ends up with man. Tom Cartledge did well to smother. He's on early in the third term and then gets the ball into Stevens. Belchi goes again, got swung around. And then Surrey, that was Brent. High ball towards a half-forward flank. Kate Surrey got rid of his opponent. Fendick, nice delivery, beautiful. Out wide, and he hits his opponent in Dylan Stone. Or teammate, I should say, and the ball, well, that's a wayward one.
Yeah,
it's gone through for one behind. Should he have played on there, Chris Mitchell, quickly, or should he have taken more time for Aubrey Wodonga MG?
I think you probably summed it up beautifully, Luke. He probably could have gone back and had a set shot that one. But great start, particularly by Tom Cartledge setting Beechworth up in the centre of the ground there.
Third turn brought to you by Wiesner's, great sponsors of the TDFL live streams during the finals. Hawks have got it. Back flank. And out wide to Josh Hicks. And pushes it on to Tristan Mann. True centre wing far side as the sun shines down again. So Tristan, he's quite happy to hold this ball up. And he goes with the long one, left foot. Mousom, big fly defensive fist. Ball has gone out of bounds. Commercial Club scoreboard. It's the Hawks 46, leading the Bushrangers 24. Japodong's time clock has gone about a minute and a half here in the third term. So nice through the contest was Tom Cartledge. And then Martin, he's wrapped up by Fendick. And the umpire again is going to call for Chris Mitchell.
Looks like we've got our wish, and Kate Surrey is starting forward. Braden Carey as well. So plenty of experience in the forward line for the Bushies.
Special comments, Chris Mitchell for Aubrey Wodonga MG. Mousom picks up the ball, fakes the hand pass, and then puts it on the left boot. Tell you what, he's getting a cheer on from downstairs, or someone is. Kay Surrey over the top, and then, well, missed. Jack Ryan, and then picks it up. Left foot, driving ball, forward Armstrong. Got hands to it, put it down. Wilson taps it along the ground. Eddie Cartledge got rid of him. Armstrong again. Gets it back out to Dylan Pritchard around the body. Right foot snap has missed to the near side, and that has gone through for minor score. So they're peppering at that end, but only 2 points. I need goals, and desperately and in a hurry too. Vogel, defensive 50 for the Hawks. Knocked away from Dylan Pritchard. Croucher, look at the work from him on Eddie Cartledge. And the crowd tells the story here, Chris Mitchell.
Getting very vocal, and probably a couple of cans deep, I reckon, at the moment, Lukey.
Yeah, I reckon you're right.
They're passionate a lot of Kiewa, Lukey.
Scotty Fraser for the Charcoal Kings. Everyone getting a little chirpy down here.
I think you're lucky it's not Beechworth underneath here, boys. They're just as vocal about 50 metres up.
Yeah, that's it. Tom Cartledge. Well, he let it go the first time, and then Braden Carey, left foot, another ball, rolling goal. I reckon that snuck in and missed the post. That's what they needed. Braden Carey's got one. 46 plays 31 on the Commercial Club scoreboard. Brad Freak on the Mad Jack stats. What's the latest?
Yeah, they really needed that one. They've had all three inside 50s in this third term, as the Beechworth had, and they've been able to get the ball forward. Tom Cutledge has been the one as well, guys. He's up to 3 disposals to start this term as well, but their midfielder, all 4 of them, has really started hot as well. Alessandro Belchi's up to 2 as well in this third quarter.
Yeah, Tom Cartledge, you were spot on there, Freaky. He just urged the ball forward there and found its way to Carey, who just a little dinky left-footed kick, just missed the post, but a much-needed goal for the Bushies.
Scotty Fraser for the Charcoal Kings. That one just snuck in.
Bit of a lucky one before that, because I think Tom Cartledge actually dropped the ball.
Yeah, and well, we heard the crowd. Brent Surrey, here they come. Armstrong's got it. So Beechworth have started this third term with a flurry. So 46 plays 31. They got their tails up now. Momentum has swung their way a little, Chris Mitchell, for Albury-Wodonga MG.
Yeah, it sure has. They're winning those centre clearances and the ball's going deep into the 50. And Armstrong's been double-teamed a lot of the time. These last 5-10 minutes, he's been able to get some separation.
Lockie. Oh, gee, this would be handy for Beechworth. And I tell you what, he kicks it straight through the middle to the Lockhart's Gap Road end. That is a beauty for Lockie Armstrong. And Beechworth working their way back into this prelim final at the Sandy Creek Recreation Reserve. Third term brought to you by Wiesners as we go back to Brad Freak for Mad Jack.
Yeah, all one way at the moment. 4 inside 50s to none to start this third quarter. And as we touched on, just the ball winners in the middle of the ground getting their hands on the footy for the Bushrangers. Tommy Cartledge 3, Kate Surrey's had 2 in that move up forward. Campbell Fendick and Alessandro Belchi have also had 2 in this third quarter.
Scotty Fraser, from a neutral supporter's perspective, this is exactly what we wanted.
Yeah, and 4 inside 50s for 4 shots at goal. That's the biggest thing. 2 goals, 2 from those 4 shots.
Scotty brought to you by the Charcoal Kings. Now Bartel, Jason that was, down the line. And then Josh Hicks has taken the mark. So can the Hawks respond? 46 plays 37 on the Commercial Club scoreboard. The Brown and Gold still with the lead. Collins has got it now. And he's got some room to move and he plays on. And then puts one in, an entry inside 50. McDonald has got it.
Great mark.
So Jack with the mark.
Jumping Jack.
That's it. Then the headband, Chris Mitchell.
He looks a treat, doesn't he? Got a bright future.
The lock's just flowing in the breeze. Scotty Fraser for the Charcoal King.
Yeah, he'd be probably kicking in a little bit. It doesn't look to be too bad at the moment, but as he comes in.
Jack McDonald.
Ooh.
Jack Mack. Oh, floating ball. And then McCarthy went for it. Couldn't hang on to it. Mousom. He's brought down. Tom Cartledge. And what's happened?
High to Cartledge, Licky.
Around the chops. And Tom, he drives it out of defence and might be coming back in because Connor Newnham has taken the mark. And he winds up low one, driving kick.
Good spoil.
It was.
Connor Stone.
Belchi goes at it. Brent Surrey sees it across the line. And again, we'll have another boundary throwing. So ball just down in front of our broadcast position. Third term brought to you by Wiesners. Jappodonk's time clock has gone over 7 minutes. Commercial Club scoreboard 46 to 37. The way of the Hawks. Gee, Beechworth have started this third term so well. Grand final spot up for grabs against Chilton next week. We'll go around the grounds very shortly. Brad Freak.
Yeah, if we're doing an Natura Albury netball update at 3/4 time, Kiewa 36 to Tallangatta 29 in the A-grade netball at the moment.
Oh, this is what we want. This is what we love. Finals footy. Ball back into play. McCarthy. Man, ball over the back. Eddie Cartledge. She is closely checked by Blasick. Umpire said play on. And then ball tied up.
He was in his pocket, wasn't he, Lukey?
He certainly was. And we'll have another stoppage. Freaky.
If we go around the grounds for at the moment, Wayne Grado had a massive comeback in the Ovens and Murray. 63 to 54 the score is in the Ovens and Murray at the moment.
Wow,
Demizio on to Martin. Ball out of bounds over the chalk.
While that's out of bounds, boys, in the Upper Murray at Tumbarumba at half-time, Tumbarumba leading Cudgewar 6-8 to 3 straight.
And if we do the Hume League at the moment, Holbrook out to a 21-point lead in that game at the moment.
Okay, so the Brookers getting away on the Ginger Bulldogs, but a lot of time left, as there is here at the Sandy Creek Reserve. Time for both footy clubs to lock away a grand final spot to play off for next Saturday's TDFL Premiership. Hope you're enjoying the live stream this afternoon. Scott Fraser, Chris Mitchell and Brad Freak and Luke Francis with you today. Newnham did well on the clearance and then got it onto the right boot. Sends it up towards the McDonald direction. Mousen comes out to meet him. Didn't think McDonald had it. He got away with it. And then McDonald goes again. Gets to his feet. Puts it on the boot. Contest. Anderson. Has he taken it?
Got him paid the mark anyway.
Yeah. So wasn't quite sure if he wrapped it up. The umpire was happy with it though. And he does move it. Does Mitch out to the outer side. Just opposite the scoreboard. Stevens. A high one, and then Fendick played on to Tom Cartledge, who's been good in this quarter for Beechworth. 2 bounces, now 3, and then puts it on the boot. Oh, smothered heavily out there, and the ball has gone out of bounds again. Freaky, inside 50s on the Majak stat sheet early in the third term.
Yeah, Beechworth still with their nose in front, 4-3 in favour of the Bushrangers.
Scotty, crowd's momentarily gone quiet here at the Sandy Creek Recreational Reserve, early stages third term for the Charcoal Kings.
Just trying to pick up whether he's been tagged or not as he runs to the wing by himself now. But, yeah, obviously he's had a great first half.
Vogel gone. The umpire doesn't pay it. Okay. Thought he had prior opportunity. I'm not sure what you guys thought. Chris Mitchell for Albury Wodonga MG?
No, my view was obscured a little bit.
Well, I definitely thought you had prior then. I think the Beechworth fans could probably feel themselves to be a little bit unlucky with that one.
Yep. Okay. And just really getting into it down here. Certainly putting a few light refreshments away, I might say. Some of these supporters down here.
Working very hard, the volunteers in the can bar.
They certainly are. Yeah, working overtime. Okay. Boundary throw in. Arc of the 50. Lockhart's Gap Road end. What will happen on this occasion? Important pill to win. Tom Cartledge came through again. And then, well, Fendick had a crack at it. Ball comes out to Tristan Mann. Gets it away from the Hawks. Quickly on the right boot. And then there's a whistle holding. And the umpire's going to pay this the way of the Hawks again. Beatty on this occasion. So Nick is with it. Squares it up. Dangerous kid's got to come off. It does to Croucher. And then Croucher plays on. Weaves through. High ball inside attacking 50. Yes, McDonald.
Looks dangerous.
Jack Mack with it. In the headband. White boots.
Not much Brent Ryan could do there.
That's right.
Perfect kick by Croucher, wasn't it? Heading inside 50.
Certainly was. And it's so good coming off half back. Croucher McDonald looks for a lead.
Oh, wow.
Clever.
Nice. And he's found Scott Bartell.
Could have blazed away.
Certainly. And I tell you what, he almost put everyone off. He looked the defence off, if you like, to use a basketball term. Scotty Fraser for the Charcoal Kings.
Well, his last shot at goal was he tried from about 50 out and sort of shanked it. So I think that was fantastic work, waiting for Scotty Bartell to make the lead.
Here goes Scott. The Hawks. Has he got this? No. He's got his hands in the air ready for the defensive zone. So he misses. 10 points in it. The Hawks 47, Bushrangers 37, bad turnover. Coming out. Jack Andrew with the Sharon. Sorry, Scotty, for the Charcoal Kings. What's the story down there?
Oh, mate, that was play on by my boy.
That's what I thought,
books.
Scotty. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kiewa crowd didn't think so. They're calling for 50.
Interesting. Jack Andrew. So deliberate in his approach on goal to the Sandy Creek Road end. What can he do, Jack?
Coming
Tell
back.
you what. Oh, it was coming back, but it's gone through for 1-1 score just this side of the post as we go to Chris Mitchell for Albury Wodonga MG. How are you seeing a third term, Chris?
Yeah, well, Beechworth has been the far better team. Tom Cartledge has been integral to that comeback, and only 11 points of difference now with that behind. But we're enjoying a little bit of territory here, Freaky.
Yeah, Tommy Cartledge, just to touch on your point there, Chris, on the Magic Shed stat sheet, he's up to 5 disposals in this term. He's really putting his team on their back and trying to get them back into this game as he has.
Gee, stick with us. We've got a finish coming up on our hands. TDFL live stream, prelim final day. And the ball finds its way to Tom Cartledge. And then on to Kate Surrey, inboard to Fendick. So the build-up's nice from the Bushrangers. What do they got forward? In it goes Pritchard, but he's very wide. So Dylan with it. Interesting to see what he does here. Scotty Fraser for the Charcoal Kings. What's your tip?
He's really looking to palm it off, I think. The umpire's actually put him on his line again, but I don't think he's too confident. We might see one just put up to the top of the goal square.
Tom Cartledge, no one near him.
And he's having some type of third term plays on. Gains some territory. High ball. Oh, what a goal from Tom Cartledge. The Bushrangers. They start to peg back the Hawks. He's having a super third term. That was a Sunjan goal of the day. Let's go to the Matt Jack stat sheet with Brad Freak.
Yeah, Tommy Cartledge is the one, guys, in this third quarter. He's up to 7 disposals with that goal there. He was in the link play as well when they transitioned that ball from their back half into their forward line as well. He's been everything he's trying to keep. He's been involved, I reckon, in about all their goals in this quarter as well, Tom Cartledge. He's been outstanding for the Bushrangers.
Scooter, just poor defensive marking there by Kiewa.
Yeah, it certainly was. I think everyone thought that Pritchard was going to have a shot at goal, and Tommy Cartledge's done well since he's put himself onto the ball.
Yeah, he has been absolutely outstanding. to Mizio, and then gets it off to Blasick. And then, well, kick was virtually smothered. Liam Stevens and Martin in a chase with the ball now. On the edge of the square, out of side, Martin picks it up and just slams it on the boot up to the half-forward line for the Hawks. Bouncing ball. Who's going to end up with this pill? Brent Surrey just tried to knock it onto Anderson. He came through. Pressure comes from Beattie. Standing in a tackle, now brought to ground, and the umpire's going to have it. So 43 plays 48. The Hawks with a 5-point lead. Third term brought to you by Wiesner's Commercial Club scoreboard. God, just 5 points in it now. Chapo Dog's time clock has gone 15.5, and what a game we've got on our hands.
It's the scoring end, isn't it, boys? Last week we saw the same end being heavily scored on.
Absolutely right about that, Chris Mitchell. Fendick on the boot. Sends it in. Here's Wilson trying to pick it up for the Hawks. Oh, Dylan Pritchard came out.
Oh, he's gone.
Yeah, he's in trouble now and he's gone. Vogel. On to Demizio. Now Jed Andrews come off the bench. They'll go to Croucher first. Now Jed Andrews on if he wants him. But Mousen picks him up quickly. Croucher. Oh, Demizio just built the mark. Belchi. Blasick. Look at them going in for this pill. And then Fendick. He's brought to ground. Umpire's going to have it. And this has clicked up a gear. It's gone up a notch. Finals footy here at Sandy Creek Recreational Reserve. Scott Fraser, Chris Mitchell, Brad Freak, and Luke Francis bringing you all the action on the TDFL live stream. Third term brought to you by Wiesner's. Here we go again. Bouncing ball. Brett Surrey came in. Tristan Mann. And then off to Jason Bartell. Sees a teammate of McDonald. Hawks on centre wing. Croucher is on. Gets him. Croucher. Newnham. One bite. Put it down. And then Brent Ryan. Maybe in his back. Belchi. Just slips through. Gets it on the left foot. Bouncing ball. Blasick. Plays on. Andrew again. That was Jed. High ball going in for the Hawks. Beattie at the back. Anderson went back with the flight. Well done. Newnham. Right foot snap. Jack Andrew is out if he can pick it up. Now he's got it. Tries to get around. Ryan does go. Jack Andrew's got it. Great build-up. Fantastic footy. And that is a double for Jack Andrew. What a wonderful game of football we're witnessing at the Sandy Creek Recreational Reserve. Let's go to Chris Mitchell for Aubrey Wodonga MD.
I put that one down to Connor Newnham. He was outnumbered here on the wing, just on the flank here, right deep into the forward line for Kiewa. Kept the ball alive, snapped it over the shoulder. Not sure if it was a kick at goal or not, but great effort there by Andrew to run around his man on the mark.
6 inside 50s for their first goal on this quarter for Kiewa Sandy Creek. We have a look at Beechworth. They've had 7 inside 50s for the 3 goals as well. So finally being able to hit that scoreboard and just cull a little bit of momentum that the Bushrangers have picked up back in this third quarter.
Scotty, what fantastic TDFL footy. That was wonderful to watch for the Charcoal Kings.
Yeah, glad that we can dish it up for you boys there. Really good to see Mitch, you're spot on there. Really good to see Connor Newnham's second efforts there. If he's not putting them through the big sticks himself, he's got to get them on at ground level and create the scoring pressure.
It doesn't Jack Andrew love a goal? He's so excited on the 2 occasions he's got majors today. Super to see. Well, Carney swung around in the tackle. So Beechworth wanting to respond quickly. Armstrong's got it. He's got to give it to Kate Surrey. And it's short. Tom Cartledge again. Plays on. Oh, Collins knew he had him. Beechworth, they miss it. Tom has kicked it behind. So perhaps he could have gone back, but running on has been almost his forte, Chris Mitchell, for Albury Wodonga MG.
Yeah, it has, and I'm not sure what the talk was out there because he nearly got run down in the end. We could all see it, but he couldn't see it from behind. But yeah, probably could have kicked that one, Tom, I reckon.
Jet Andrew, Carney, Demizio, high ball. Who's going to get it on the end of this? Martin, I did well. Had to sit under it for 10 minutes. McCarthy coming at him. Fantastic mark from Martin. So 54 plays 44 on the Commercial Club scoreboard. Third term brought to you by Wiesner's. Chapadong's time clock has gone almost 20 minutes. Collins. Jet Andrews sitting under it. Brent Surrey pressures him. Ball out of bounds in front of the interchange gates. We go back down to Scotty Fraser for the Charcoal Kings.
Yeah, great pressure there by Brenton Surrey. Certainly showed the experience that he's got just to force the ball out.
We'll go around the grounds again very shortly. Brad Freak to update us. Connor Stone went to ground. Josh Hicks got it out to McDonald. On to Nick Beattie. And back to Josh Hicks. Inside to Jack Andrew. Left foot. Man coming out. Collins, magnificent. He had to decide whether he left it or take it himself. That is wonderful from Collins. Scotty, that was super.
Yeah, he puts his body on the line all the time, boys, and I'm pretty sure he would have called that in before Tristan Mann even took off. He's a good kick of the footy. Hopefully he can kick it straight.
Oh, a big kick here for Collins. He's had a good game so far. The Kiewa boys need 2 in a row here to put Beechworth away in this third quarter.
Zach with the Sharon. And he really gets some momentum behind that ball.
Oh.
It's hit the post. It has rammed into the woodwork for one behind. 55 plays 44 now. Almost gone 21 on the Japo Dogs time
I think
clock.
Wallace is knocked out, boys.
Yeah, he's gone
that looks
down.
good.
Hasn't he, Scotty? We'll go back to you, mate. Did you catch that incident?
He just put his body on the line, boys, and the Beechworth just rolled over the top of him.
Scotty for the Charcoal Kings. Fendick. True centre wing. Bushrangers. Low ball. Pritchard. Ball hits the deck. And then Vogel got the ball up. Strong contest. Wilson swung around by Kate Surrey. And is Kay going to get it?
Stopping play here, boys.
Here we are downfield here. Something's happening.
No, the umpires stopped the play down where Ryan Wallace is injured. He's hardly moved.
Well, Scott Fraser for the Charcoal Kings called it immediately when it happened that Wallace was knocked out. And he's spot on the money. He's just hunched over now.
The stretch has been called for.
Yeah.
No, not good.
Yeah, not good at all. Freaky, this will give us a chance to go around the grounds again. We'll give you some time to pick up those scores. So the time clock is ticking up towards 22 minutes here at the Sandy Creek Recreational Reserve. Commercial Club scoreboard reads the Hawks 55, Beechworth 44. Gee, we're being treated now, Chris Mitchell. This is going to be a fantastic final term that's coming up.
Yeah, we just hope Wallace is all right. They're going to bring the stretcher, then they decided against, but he's going to walk off, which is great news for Kiewa Sandy Creek. But yeah, just a ripping third quarter right in this game is Beechworth. We thought they were dead and buried, boys, but yeah, back in with a show, Freaky.
Yeah, absolutely. If we go around the grounds quickly in the Hume League at the moment, Holbrook lead there, 16 points, 59 to 43, and in the Ovens and Murray at the moment, Waingrada Magpies up by 7 points, 63 to 56.
Yeah, so good news there, Scotty. So whilst the stretcher was making its way out, Ryan Wallace came to his feet and he's now, slowly making his way to the bench between the trainers for the Charcoal Kings.
Yeah, and the stretcher got slammed on top of the shed that I'm sitting in. Whilst we got that stop in play up at Tumbarumba, boys, 8-11 Tumbarumba lead, Cudgewar 7 straight.
Yeah, grand final day up in the hills. As the ball comes from the Hawks defence outside the 50-yard, Kate Surrey takes the mark. That was too easy. Just uncontested. He's always got those shoulders heavily strapped. Inboard, nice. And he picks up Fendick. Okay. So, 55 plays 44. This would bring it back to a 5-point margin on the Commercial Club scoreboard. Third term brought to you by Wiesners, and what a beauty it has been. So if you can hear that clapping and applause, that is Ryan Wallace just coming down under our commentary position and going into the rooms, Chris Mitchell, for Albury-Wodonga MG.
Yeah, hopefully he's all right. We'll keep you updated with Ryan Wallace. But Fendick, big kick here for the Bushies.
Certainly is. Can Campbell get it back to a 5-point margin? He can't. It's wayward, and it's gone through for 1 minor score. 10 points it is now. Grand final spot up for grabs here at the Sandy Creek Recreational Reserve on Saturday the 10th of September. Prelim final day. Great win by Chilton last Saturday here to advance to the big dance. As we go back to you, Freaky, we might go around the grounds and get some more scores.
Yeah, Wangaratta is still up by 7 points there, 53 to 56, and in the Hume League at the moment, I'll just reload the page. The scores there, 59 to 43 in favour of Holbrook.
Bartell, Jason Short, and then, well, he missed Scott Bartell, Pets. Riley comes from defensive 50 looking for Fendick. And then the Hawks through Carney did well, just coming from defence, picks it up again. Carney tackled quickly, ball rolling along the ground. Oh, that looked to be Jacobson going to ground. And then Jack Andrew out the back to Josh Hicks. Spears one in, wide ball, nice mark, Connor Newton. He's got the footy, but as we know, he can spray them. He's, missed a couple of, I suppose, gettable shots today. This one, what do you reckon, Chris Mitchell, for Albury-Wodonga MG? Will he go with a straight drop punt or will he run around?
I think he'll go straight drop punt, but if Kiewa gets through, they want his confidence sky high. So hopefully for their sake, he goes back and kicks it. No, he hasn't.
Missed another one, Scotty, for the Charcoal Kings, is Connor Newman.
Yeah, at this stage, boys, he should have just played onto his right and snapped it around. It's just time to pull something out of the bag for Connor, as there's nothing with his drop punts. It's worked out to be something like 3 goals 9 for the last 3 weeks now.
Oh, I absolutely agree. Just spend no time over it, rush around.
Too much time to think about it.
That's exactly right, and just kick it as quickly as possible. But I will say, it's a hell of a lot easier from up here. Henderson on to Fendick. And then a low ball down the line to Armstrong. 11 points in it. The Hawks lead. And then Armstrong, well, ordinary kick going forward, bouncing along the ground. Dishes off Tom Cartledge. Kate Surrey out to his advantage. Tries to keep the ball in short, low. Intercepted by Vogel. Didn't go the distance. And then McDonald trying to get Turner. And that ball has gone out of bounds. So they get out of trouble. It wasn't pretty. But on this occasion, there was no Beechworth goals. We go to Brad Freak.
Yeah, Campbell Fendick on the Magic stats sheet is up to 8 disposals in this third quarter. Tom Cutledge is up to 9.
Chapo Donk's time clock ticking up towards the 27-minute mark now, third term. Ball back into play. Players around this pill. Collins, and just rushes it through for one behind. And I tell you what, it could be a very interesting behind as this game gets longer. Chris Mitchell for Albury-Wodonga MG.
There can't be long left in this quarter, can there, boys? And Beechworth will be hoping to get their 7th goal and keep the pressure right on for this last quarter, knowing that Kiewa's got the scoring end.
Yeah, absolutely. Demizio just has his 5th disposal then on the Magic stat sheet for this quarter.
Braden Carey quickly on the boot. Right foot sends it down. Turner. Double fister. Belchy came bursting through for the Bushrangers. Kate Surrey dishes out to Jacobson. High ball going towards a goal line. Armstrong's taken it. Armstrong's taken the mark. Lockie.
Chopping the arms. He's given it a free kick.
There you go. So got mitts to it. And Scotty Scooter Fraser, you would have heard him downstairs for the Charcoal Kings. The umpire in the end has paid the chopping free kick. Boys, this is big.
Right on half. 3/4 time too, Lukey.
Certainly is. This to bring it back to a 2-point margin. Lockie's got it. Chapo Donk's time clock gets to 28 minutes. And at the moment, it is a 4-point lead to the Hawks. Everything's on the line now as we go back to you, Freaky, on the Match Jack stats.
Yeah, there might be a little bit longer left in this quarter as well. Obviously, we had Ryan Wallace stoppage and play for Ryan Wallace to come off the ground. But the first quarter was 31 minutes and the second quarter was 30 minutes. So we might 28 minutes just ticked over now. Might still have another minute or two left in this quarter.
Yeah, stakes are high. Scotty Fraser for the Charcoal Kings. That spot is available. Just which team will it be?
Yeah, look, it's game on now. That's the fantastic part about it. That little minute break, I think, might have just given Beechworth a chance to regroup, catch their breath as we wait for the ball to come back in again from over the road.
And Scoot, we haven't seen Ryan Wallace return from the rooms. You'd think he's probably done, and it's going to leave the Kiewa a man short on the bench.
Yeah, he was pretty dazed when he was assisted by both the trainers when he came off the ground. He will take no further part.
If you missed the result of the Mackay Diva Stakes at Flemington today, the Group 1 $1 million event, what a race that was. I'm Thunderstruck took it out, returning about 240 and 130 from Alligator Blood, and Moonga Cascadian running fourth. And, the spring well and truly alive now. Rightio, Will Love and Tristan Mann back in the middle. Hat kick off the ground. Connor Stone came through, did well, and then won it to Tom Cartledge, but it's turned over. Quick ball coming out of that stoppage. Jack Ryan just put it out. Brent Ryan, in fact, now on to Anderson. Connor Stone with it in the midst. Tried to turn it to Belchi, but it didn't quite make it. Jake kicks off the ground. And Jason Bartell on to Connor Newnham. Thumps it in over the head of Beatty. Oh, that's nearly a mark. And then on the ground, fighting away for it. Oh, gee, Gareth Pritchard. Gee, well, a couple of bites of the cherry. Wanted to claim it, Scotty Fraser, for the Charcoal Kings, but the umpire didn't want to pay it.
I wasn't watching, boys, so I was trying to keep an eye on Connor Stone, who just hit the ground pretty heavily. He's just come off for a rest, but clutching at his head.
And ball tied up. And again, we'll have another stoppage. Yeah, so Scotty Fraser will be all over that for the Charcoal Kings. Freaky, inside 50s on the Matt Jack stats for the third term.
Yeah, 11 to Beechworth, 10 to Kiewa.
Jack Andrew again. Jack Andrew has picked up his third. That's a hat trick for Jack. Oh, doesn't he love a sausage roll, Jack Andrew? And why wouldn't you in such a tight game? That is such an important game for the Hawkers. As we go back down to you, Scotty Fraser, for the Charcoal Kings.
Fantastic stoppage work there by Andrew. That's to get his third goal. Fantastic, and just gives Kiewa that little bit of breather when we're almost at the siren for three-quarter time.
In the A-grade netball at a Chura Albury netball update, Kiewa have defeated Tallangatta 42 goals to 35. So Kiewa Sandy Creek will be in the A-grade netball grand final next week, and look for the footy boys to do the same thing.
Third turn brought to you by Wiesners, and what a belter it's been. Tom Cartledge, he kicks the ball and rolls along the ground. And there's the siren to bring three-quarter time, and what a cracking third term it was on the TDFL live stream on prelim final day. And at the three-quarter time break, it is a 10-point lead to the Kiewa Sandy Creek Hawks. They lead 9-8-62 to the Beechworth Bushrangers, 7-10-52. Scott Fraser, Chris Mitchell, Brad Freak and Luke Francis bringing you all the action. We'll get to a break on the live stream. Stick with us because we've got a mammoth last term coming up from Sandy Creek Recreational Reserve.
Cadmac, the name you know and trust. Your exclusive supplier for New Holland, K-Line Agriculture Equipment, JCB and Macdon. Whatever you need, talk to the team. Cadmac, leaders in machinery and service. Hammond Avenue, Wagga Wagga and McCoy Street, Wodonga.
The team at DTD Engineering in Thurgoona loves steel fabrication. They do it every day for businesses all across the border region. And they'll do it for you too. You name it, they fabricate it. From stainless and mild steel work to structural steel work. Difficult fabrication and installation projects, they love those too. And DTD does it all, from quote to paint to deliver. DTD Engineering Thurgoona and dtdeng.com.au. Proud sponsors of the Chiltern Swans Football Club.
The moment you step inside Build Pro Lavington, you'll feel it. 100% unadulterated customer love. It's how they do things at Build Pro. From their service to their stock, you'll love their range of Austral bricks. Austral's been making bricks for over 100 years, and Build Pro are the only local distributor. So for customer love and the best range of bricks and pavers, see Build Pro.
Way to go, Build Pro.
Dallinger Road, Lavington.
drag it, drop it, crop it, play it, write it, space it, and erase it. Drag
Need a computer that won't crash? Need your Wi-Fi turbocharged? Need better data backup? Whatever you need your computer to do, Wangaratta Computers will help you do it better. Because that's what we do best. And we can do it in-store or at your home. So get your tech working better at wangarattacomputers.com.au.
Write it, space it, and erase it.
The team at DTD Engineering in Thurgoona loves steel fabrication. They do it every day for businesses all across the border region. And they'll do it for you too. You name it, they fabricate it. From stainless and mild steel work to structural steel work. Difficult fabrication and installation projects, they love those too. And DTD does it all, from quote to paint to deliver. DTD Engineering Thurgoona and dtdeng.com.au. Proud sponsors of the Chiltern Swans Football Club.
The moment you step inside Build Pro Lavington, you'll feel it. 100% unadulterated customer love. It's how they do things at Build Pro. From their service to their stock, you'll love their range of Austral bricks. Austral's been making bricks for over 100 years, and Build Pro are the only local distributor. So for customer love and the best range of bricks and pavers, see Build Pro.
Way to go, Build Pro.
Dallinger Road, Lavington.
The name you know and trust. Your exclusive supplier for New Holland, K-Line Agriculture Equipment, JCB and Macdon. Whatever you need, talk to the team. Cadmac, leaders in machinery and service. Hammond Avenue, Wagga Wagga and McCoy Street, Wodonga.
And welcome back, everyone, to the Sandy Creek Recreational Reserve on prelim final day 2022 and the TDFL. And what a game we have got on our hands. It is a 10-point lead to the Kiewa Sandy Creek Hawks at three-quarter time over the Beechworth Bushrangers, and we're all teed up for an absolute top-shelf bottler in the final stanza. We're about to cross down to Scotty Fraser for the Charcoal Kings and see if Scotty could get to the huddle. Scotty, you with us, mate? What do you got down there?
Oh, yeah, I get amongst it all the time, boys.
Good job.
Bullock my way through and get into it. Tommy Cartley's very vocal about being man on man. Obviously, they just wanted to bridge that gap. He actually did mention the breeze, so it is going to that Lockhart's Gap Road end, assisting Kiewa. But he said just to fight hard against it. Big praise for Jack Ryan, who has tagged Jack Demizio all day. They've probably run about 10 or 12 Ks each already. On the other side, Jack Neal, very much aware that they've got the breeze, not to bomb away, just to get it in long and direct, and also has asked Connor Noonan to come up to centre half forward. So get it down there, and Beattie will be at full forward.
Oh, Scott Fraser doing some of his best work boundary side, sharp stuff for the Charcoal Kings. Chris Mitchell, very impressive for Albury Wodonga MG.
We don't expect anything less, do we, Lukey? But
That's it.
Also impressive, Jack Andrew. He's got Sunjan goal of the day right on the stroke of three-quarter time. He's got 3 majors, and just a really important one there to keep the margin at 10 points for Kiewa.
Scotty, I'll tell you what, I'm just waiting for some of the crowd to clear the ground. We're all teed up for an absolute belt here in the final term, aren't we, for the Charcoal Kings?
We certainly are, and I picked Kiewa by 10 points earlier in the day, and I just got asked by Zach Collins' dad, John, what's the verdict, and I said, well, hopefully it's spot on, because it'll make me look like I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But,
I think you do, to be honest.
It could be game on, but I think Kiewa should be able to run away with it.
Beautiful. Rightio. Here we go. Who will make it through to face Chiltern next Saturday? We're about to find out. Brent Surrey off to Anderson, and then left foot hurry kick towards the half-forward flank for Beechworth. And Evans came out, did his best to try and control it. Brent Surrey, and then Mann got a hand in there. Stevens, Liam on the left boot. Blasick goes back, couldn't keep his feet. Jack Ryan, beautiful shepherd from Kate Surrey. Collins has got Jack Ryan wrapped up.
And the ball
pushing the back.
The line, has it?
Interesting.
Kate Surrey on Blasick pushing the back, guys.
There you go. So Hawks with it. They're on the defensive 50 arc. The Sandy Creek Road end, high dump kick down towards centre wing on the far side. And then Jay kicks low, ball to the half-foot flank, nice. And he's got Scott Bartell. Scott, what's he got forward to him? A short one to Jay kicks, who's run on very well from the back half. But he is hard up against the boundary here. They trail by, well, they're in front by 10 points, the Hawks. Beechworth trail by 10. So, I wonder what he'll decide here. Jake, now he's already kicked a ripper at the Lockhart's Gap Road end. Well, he really did latch onto one. Acute angle, comes in. Not a bad effort from there. Beatty, he's paid the mark. So it wasn't across the line, so Nick's got it. What do you reckon, Chris Mitchell? Looks like he's going to play it across the body.
Going to do a banana. So, Beatty, a big kick here for Kiewa. Really extend that margin on the scoreboard.
Peels the banana and it kicks it through for one behind. Has just gone across the face.
Nearly kicked it to Tallangatta.
He sure did. He got onto it. 63 plays 52 on the TCM Tallangatta Construction and Maintenance scoreboard. Fourth term brought to you by Watters. Great sponsors of the TDFL live streaming series. And, well, Tom Cartledge trying to find Anderson. Martin inboard to Tristan Mann. Didn't muck around, just a tumbling ball forward. Beatty's gone back and taken the mark. So I'll get a second crack at it, Nick. Come on, mate! Scotty Fraser for the Charcoal Kings. What do you reckon this time?
He's got one of those guys that got to put him through eventually. Hey, great contest by Connor Newnham there, doing exactly what Jack Neal asked of him at three-quarter time, just to come up there, present, and that contest there has obviously turned out to be a shot at goal for Beatty.
So Nick Beatty, well, such an important kick on the sticks early in this final term. Fading, and hits the post. We're all riding that ball, just hanging off it to see what happened. It's rammed into the woodwork for one behind. Cartledge, in fact, Brett Ryan, out wide looking for Liam Stevens, missed it. Collins mops up, sends it forward, nice kick, picking up Scott Bartell. Okay, so Bushrangers just not clearing defensive 50 well enough.
Hanging in by a thread at the moment, the Bushes.
Let's go to Brad Freak on the Match Jack stats.
Yeah, 3 inside 50s to none to start this last quarter. Balls all lived in Kiewa's forward half so far in this opening minutes.
Scotty Bartell, his team up by 12 points, and that one has gone across the line. Make that 13 now on the TCM Tallangatta Construction and Maintenance scoreboard. Final stands are brought to you by Watters on the Japo Donks time clock. We've nearly gone 4 minutes. McCarthy, Martin, in fact McDonald brought to ground. Umpire's going to call for it. And again, we'll have another stoppage. So, sun back behind the clouds here. Started off all doomy and gloomy today. Cartledge came in on Martin.
Ducked his head into the contest.
Played well for that, didn't he, Mitch?
Yep. Knew exactly what he was doing.
Chris Mitchell for Albury Wodonga MG. And Scott Fraser for the Charcoal Kings, right on the money. Described it perfectly. Belchy, left foot, bouncing ball towards Liam Stevens. Needs to pick it up now. Does. Has he got any support? Not really. Jake Hicks fires one inside 50. Nice ball. So Jack Andrew has the ball. He's kicked 3 already. He has been dangerous.
Been outstanding in that forward half, and that link play is sort of that high half forward for the Hawks today. Obviously been able to hit the scoreboard numerous times, kicking the 3 goals. Love to kick his 4th here and see another celebration for you, Ricky.
We do like the celebration, don't we?
He does. Yeah, Jack Andrew shooting at a quartet, and it would be such a telling goal in the context of this game.
Is it Beatty?
It's Beatty.
Beatty.
Beatty's taking the mark, Nick.
I'm backing him in here, boys.
Well, he's had a good final term so far.
Don't go out on a limb.
Scotty Fraser.
We may need the spare ball here. That's gone over the Lockhart's Gap Road.
Yeah, he really did rip into that one. Scotty Fraser, boundary side for the Charcoal Kings. Chris Mitchell for Aubrey Wodonga MG. Let's go to Freaky on the Matt Jack stat sheet.
Yeah, Nick Beattie really needed to kick that goal. Obviously kicked over 50 goals for the year for Kiewa, but his first goal for the day for 3 behinds so far. Obviously plenty to run out in this game, but if Kiewa are able to win this game, they need him up and firing, plenty of confidence going to next week.
Yep, spot on. It looks like that they might pull the screws and put the foot on the throat a little bit here on Beechworth in the last quarter and kick truly and away to the grand final against Chiltern, which they'll be watching very closely today, hoping both sides belt each other up and go into the big one a little bit bruised and battered.
If we go around the grounds, Holbrook 11-5, 71 to Gindra 7-7, 49 there at the moment. So the Brookers getting that one done. And in the Ovens and Murray at the moment, only a 5-point game. Wangaratta lead there, 83 to 78.
Yeah. And back here at the Sandy Creek Recreational Reserve, it is a 19-point margin to the Hawks. So can they secure their spot in next Saturday's TDFL Grand Final? That's the question. The Bushrangers won't hand it up that easily, that is for sure. Back in the middle, hand on to Fendick. Ball comes down, inside 50 for the Bushrangers. Now Eddie Cartledge just overran the ball, Blasick, and then out to Josh. Hicks to Carney, Connor Newnham, Jake Hicks takes it across the line. And we will have a boundary throwing, and everyone getting into it now. Both benches very vocal. Centre wing, broadcast side. Cade Surrey over the back from Jason Bartell. Jake Hicks went in, Brent Surrey. Fendick and Martin are there. Holding the ball, play on. Mousom doesn't muck around, sends it forward. Armstrong, and then Braden.
It's on here, Royce.
Swung around in the tackle. Demizio had him. Blasick has the ball, right foot on to Carney. So they're at the top of the defensive 50. Their players are out. They're running the Hawks. Jason Bartell's got space. Croucher tells him he's clear. Forward ball. Nice to Jack Andrew again. He's a long way from home though. 65 to 70 out. Now pumps it forward. Long entry going in. Contest down there. Free kick. It is a free kick against McCarthy. Oh, that's big. And Nick Beattie has stood tall in this final term. And this would really hurt the Bushrangers, Chris Mitchell for Aubrey Wodonga MG.
Beattie's caused all sorts of problems and it's going to make them pay. A free kick for holding directly in front of goal. This will be their 11th for the match.
Scotty, this one going back over the road for the Charcoal Kings. A great goal to the Hawks.
Yeah, and as soon as that free kick was given, the Kiewa boys came to Connor Newnham, giving him a pat on the back. So obviously they're looking back a couple of possessions in that contest that he was at just here on the wing. So very good teamwork by the Hawks, and looks like they're almost home.
We go around the grounds in the Ovens and Murray. Wangaratta have won the game by 5 points over Yarrawonga, so Wangaratta Magpies are through to the Ovens and Murray Grand Final in a couple of weeks' time.
5 points, wow.
You just heard it from Brad Freak right here on the TDFL live stream. Wang Magpies, the first team through to the Ovens and Murray Grand Final for 2022. Back here at the Sandy Creek Recreational Reserve.
The news just in, Kiewa have come back and won 12 goals, 1 to 9-12 at Tumbarumba.
Whoa. There you go. Scotty Scooter Fraser for the Charcoal Kings.
The Blues.
Kiewa have got up their premiers in the Upper Murray this year. Jason Bartell going forward for the Hawks again. And then bounces off the chest of Scott Bartell. Connor Stone.
Being very loud.
And the crowd tells the story.
Great atmosphere.
Oh, no. What's going to happen here?
He's not going to fall for it.
Well, McDonald so close to gaining 50. Tell you what, I don't know if this umpire's ever got more advice in his life. Crowd so vocal down there, Scotty, for the Charcoal Kings. You have to replace those headphones with earmuffs.
Just seems that Damien Patterson's been near all the contentious ones in the second half here, but Jack McDonald, chance to put them even further in front.
Fourth turn brought to you by Waters. Jack spears it through the sticks to the Lockharts, Gap Road end, and the Hawks will play the Swatties in next Saturday's TDFL Grand Final, you'd think now. Let's go to Brad Freak on the backtrack stats.
Yeah, absolutely dominated this last quarter. They have Kiewa. If we look at all the team stats there, they've had 7 inside 50s to 2. I get a bit of advice myself there, boys.
You're getting lots of advice.
5 marks inside 50 to none as well. So Kiewa's absolutely dominated this.
Brad Freak.
Jeepers.
He's a popular man here.
His head won't fit out the door.
And the Sandy Creek Recreation Reserve, he's brought his own fan club this afternoon, and they're getting quite vocal downstairs. And I tell you what, they're not exactly drinking lemonade. Ball coming towards centre wing on this side. Eddie Cartledge, Blasick, Carey went after him, did Braden. And then Cade Surrey going in. Jed Andrew. Ball just, hello, we've got a blue on here. Pets and Blasick, punches thrown.
Not good, boys.
Well, this is interesting. We don't want this. We'll go to you, Scotty, for the Charcoal Kings. Scotty, have you got us down there?
Yeah, Riley Pets has just taken a ridiculous turn, obviously knowing the game's over, and just thrown punches at Dylan Blasick. Umpire Peachy saw the whole lot. Yeah. Absolutely ridiculous. The game might be over, but Beechworth don't need to be doing this sort of stuff.
Yeah, some real heat and feeling in this now. Well, you've just heard it from Scotty Scooter Fraser. In the meantime, there's a free kick.
Got to send him off. That was pretty poor work.
No, Scotty Fraser right on the money. So Pets is being reported. In the meantime, Armstrong's got the money. Or got the ball, I should say, but Scotty, we'll go back to you for the Charcoal Kings.
Yeah, great by umpire Glenn Peachy to see that, and just ridiculous on behalf of Riley Pets. Ruined a great game for Beechworth.
Yep, spot on.
Yeah, Lockie Armstrong will have a shot on the sticks.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be Kiewa free kick here. Just lost the plot here. Some of the Beechworth players late in this quarter haven't made it.
And again, great call by umpire Glenn Peachy to bring it back here.
Well, that is exactly right. That is a man that's got control of the football game. Yep. That is fantastic, Chris Mitchell, for all we would on MJ.
Exactly what you want. It was very ugly scenes, and he said, no, I'm not having any of that. This is what we're going to do.
That is absolutely fantastic. Scotty, for the Charcoal Kicks. Wonderful stuff. And over the head of McDonald, and the ball's gone out of bounds. I'll tell you what, now there's a footy game we should mention going on here. We'll tell you the score. It is the Hawks 12-11-83, leading Beechworth 7-10-52 on the TCN Tallangatta Construction and Maintenance scoreboard. Last turn brought to you by Watters, Japo Donk's time clock. And it's almost gone 13 and a half, and ball gets sprayed out of bounds. And, we'll see it come back into play through Martin, but a whole lot of action here in the final term, Chris Mitchell.
And I think it just shows anything that's going to boil over. Peachy and the other umpires are right on top of it, not going to accept anything less than a game of footy that's played on the right terms.
Yeah, no, wonderful. That is, we see players rising to the occasion. That was umpires fittingly doing the same thing. Jack Andrew. This man has been so dangerous on goal all afternoon. And I tell you what, this will be the seal, even though we're 14 minutes into the final term. Look at Jackie boy. Oh, yeah. Got the motorbike going, the Harley.
That's number 4.
Just enjoying it. Yep, so a quartet for him. Back to you, Scotty Fraser, for the Charcoal Kings boundary side.
Yeah, just great for Kiewa to keep their composure and keep playing footy. That's the main thing, as Jace Bartell comes off for a rest and Croucher goes back on to probably gather a few more possessions in the last 10 minutes.
Absolutely dominated everywhere in this last quarter. Kiewa have 7 inside 50s to 2, 5 marks inside 50 to none. No hit out, 4 hit outs to Kiewa to none for Beechworth. Absolutely dominated this last term.
Fantastic ball back in the middle. Man and Kate Surrey, and then Croucher comes through. Noonan, whistle, high contact. Now come back to Croucher. Dane Carey not happy at all on the mark. Colin Shepherd's in. Croucher.
Fair enough too. It was a bit silly there from Dane Carey.
Well, Brad Freak said it. Beechworth just losing the plot here in the final term. Wheels are really falling off. It's disappointing. But anyway, that's what can happen when there's so much fielding and everyone's playing at their optimum.
It's been a good game until now.
It has. It has. It's been a great game.
It'd be disappointing for their supporters to watch.
You don't want to end like this, do you?
Especially how they played in that third quarter. They showed so much fight and determination, playing the right way and trying to get and play a nice, hard, contested brand of footy. As Jack Andrews lining up for number 5.
Yeah, Jack, it has been his day today, that is for sure, but he misses that one. It comes across a face of goal, and that is through for one behind. So we've almost gone 16 minutes now in the final term. The Hawks 89-90 lead Beechworth 52 on the TCM Tallangatta Construction and Maintenance scoreboard. Chris Mitchell, will go to you for Aubrey Woodong MG.
Oh, so I guess now with the game sewn up, if you're Jack Neal, do you think about putting a couple of your Ferraris on the bench ready for the grand final, or do you just let them play the game out, boys?
Yeah, well, you think that you might be able to put a couple of them away. You might give it a little bit longer there. You're looking at your Demizios and your Bartels and guys like that are going to really dominate the game for you. I think they'd be the ones you'd be looking at. But you really want to, as you say, Chris, just run the game out, make sure you do the right things as well. A big week ahead for Sandy Creek.
Scotty Fraser for the Charcoal Kings. Would you park anyone in the driveway, Scotty?
Possibly, but I think the main thing is right now is just to be professional. Don't get sucked into what Beechworth are doing. Yeah, I just heard over the fence that it's Riley Pett's last game, so that's probably why he just let loose before, but certainly no reason to give up the ghost. Beechworth, they get their skates on, they might be able to kick a couple of goals and put a little bit of dignity back in the game.
Connor Noonan with the Sharon. It's for Lockhart's Gap Road Eddie. He's a long way from home though. Man on the mark is just inside 50. So Connor will make contact with this footy from about 52 or 3. Right on the arc, in fact, in the end, gives it everything he's got. And that is his best strike at the Sharon all day. And what a time to do it. A beauty. So the Hawks will enter the TDFL Grand Final. I'll be back here next Saturday to take on the Chiltern Swans as we go to Brad Freak on the Bad Jack stat sheet.
Well, that's Connor Newman in an absolute nutshell. We've seen him plenty of times at Ovens and Murray level, but he's shown it today. Obviously, the goals you think he should kick, he sprays all over the place, but the goal you don't think he's going to kick, he puts it straight through the middle. So, man of mystery when he comes to his goal kicking, but a really great goal there for Connor.
His first goal of the game couldn't have come at a bigger time for Kiewa on the way of the grand final against Chiltern, but big for his confidence.
Yeah, they're broken away in the final term. Have the Hawks. Jason Bartell on the bottom of that pack. Well, the umpire's going to call for it. Kate Surrey there, so too is Tom Cartledge. Sharon gets delivered back to the man in green. And he's about to send it aloft again. A reset in the middle. McCarthy bounces in front of him. Eddie Cartledge has a crack at it. And then ball comes out to Tom Cartledge. Croucher working hard. McCarthy. Fendick. Left foot tumbling ball forward. Evans is back there. Gets it out wide to Blassick. Halfback flank. Delivers to Martin. True centre wing. Broadcast side. Inboard. And then on to Vogel. And then right foot sends it down to the half-forward flank over the back of McDonald. Brent Ryan in chase of the footy with him. Beats them over the chalk. And we'll have a boundary throw into the Japo Donks time clock has almost gone 90 minutes in the final term. TCM Tallangatta Construction Maintenance scoreboard. See the Hawks up 96 to Beechworth's 52. Last term brought to you by Waters. And we'll be back here next Saturday on the TDFL live stream. Boys, looking forward to it. It should be an absolute ripper between Chiltern and the Kiewa Sandy Creek Hawks. So make sure you tune in. And well, Brent Surrey hearing the cheers of the crowd. Belchy went to him. Brent Surrey couldn't get his mitts around it. And didn't they let him know about it?
Yeah, Blazic just got an arm in just at the right time to spoil what looked like an easy chest mark.
Left of centre wing contest, McCarthy. And then Josh Hicks got it inboard to Collins. Collins, they get a forward entry. High ball going down towards Connor Noonan. And he's got it. Good mark. Nice work against Mouser. Just too strong on that occasion. And has won the footy as we go back down to Scotty Fraser for the Charcoal Kings.
Fantastic movement of the ball by Kiewa, and as you alluded to, Mitch, just before, didn't give up Dylan Blazic there before, even though they're in front by a mile. He could have let Carey take that mark, but great to get the fist in, and as a result, 3 possessions later, they've got a shot at goal.
Connor shooting for 2 in a row, and that one to the outer side and through for 1 minus score. As we go back to Brad Freak, we'll go around the grounds, Freaky.
Yeah, in the Hume League at the moment, looks like Holbrook might have booked their place in the grand final out there as well. Currently it is 85 to 61 in favour of the Brookers.
There you go. Back here, 97 plays 52. The Hawkers well up on the Tallangatta Construction Maintenance scoreboard. Freaky?
Yeah, Holbrook just kicked one more, so 30 points up with 2 minutes to go. So the Brookers will be in the grand final next week against Osborne.
He certainly will. Collins, Demizio overran the footy. Brent Surrey went back and picked it up. Went one way and turns around. Now, what's he going to do?
Sold lots of candy.
Yeah, indecision.
What happened?
The
He
umpire
didn't really
said,
mul that far, though, did he?
I don't know about that one.
I don't think so. But
Yeah,
anyway.
Scotty Fraser for the Charcoal.
He took about 12 steps within 5 metres.
Well, there we go.
I might have to run a trundle wheel out. Vogel. So the Hawkers on to Tristan Mann, the big fellow. Now he's got Demizio with a lateral kick. He misses him and goes to Carney. Belchy, the man on the mark. So the brown and gold, whilst they had their tussle mid-match with the Bushrangers, they've been able to pull clear in the last term. Demizio, long driving ball, Connor Newnham direction, ball at ground level, and then works its way out to Braden Carey, and then on to Dane Carey, out wide bouncing ball towards Kate Surrey, and the ball has gone out of bounds, and we will have another boundary throw-in as we go back to you, Freaky, on the Magic stat sheet.
Yeah, just wanted Tom Cutledge and Campbell Fendick for Beechworth today. Really fought really hard. They've been outstanding for the Bushrangers. Cutledge has had 22 disposals and Cam Fendick has also had 22 disposals. But in that third quarter, they were simply outstanding for the Bushrangers.
Jake Hicks off to Josh Hicks. Inside to Tristan Mann. Left foot and drives it through. Yeah, the Hawkers are through to the big dance. Don't worry about that. And they're finishing off this footy game in fine fashion. That's a double for Tristan Mann. As we go back down to Scotty Fraser for the Charcoal Kings.
I think great reward for Tristan Mann at the end of the day. He's toiled pretty hard in the ruck there against Willem Love and Pat McCarthy, and didn't he celebrate?
Yeah, he worked into the game, Tristan Mann, for mine, Chris. So early in the game, the ruck stocks of Willem Love were too much from the second half. I think he's had a really good influence.
I think Mann's been really a good contributor around the ground for Kiewa, and obviously that's his second goal, but doesn't he love a goal? So yeah, we love the celebration as well from the big fella.
Final term brought to you by Waters. Hope you've enjoyed the TDFL live stream this afternoon. Scott Fraser, Chris Mitchell, Brad Freak and Luke Francis. Here's Tom Cartledge, tried his heart out all day, has a ping of his sticks to the Sandy Creek Road and bouncing ball out of bounds, and we will have a boundary throw-in. Scotty, tell us a bit about Beechworth's season for the Charcoal Kings.
Well, look, I think halfway through, boys, they'd won that many games. Everyone was saying, they had an easy draw, but they certainly put paid to that by beating pretty much everyone above them by the end of the year, and won a final. And look, they obviously be disappointing today, but certainly hang their hat on a season that they beat some pretty good sides.
Tom Cartledge goes deep forward. Demizio, pressure from behind, and then Beattie just gets it on the boot. A long kick out of the fence. It's coming back in though. Kate Surrey's taken the mark. Low ball, nice, and finds Alessandro Belchy. So the sun peering down on him now. Final term here. 103 plays 52, ticking over the 24-minute mark on the Jacko Donks time clock. Freaky, you might go the standout stat for the final term thanks to Mac Jack.
Yeah, have to be the inside 50s, 10-5 in favour of Kiewa. They've just absolutely dominated this last quarter, and even in all the team stats as well. If we have a look at them, it's 6 marks inside 50 to 1, and even in the hitouts, it's been 4 or 5 hitouts to none in favour of Kiewa in this last quarter.
Yeah, Alessandro Belchy had a great day in front of his sticks last week, not to be this afternoon, that one wide. And then they go wide, Vogel, deep back pocket to Jason Bartell, who wants to come back to Vogel, so they're building up the Magic stats. And then this side to Turner, out of defensive 50 for the Hawks, Newnham, and Evans came the other way.
Newnham's hurt his knee, boys.
Well, that's interesting. And then Martin for the Hawks fires it forward. Anderson going back. Tristan Mann maybe front on contact. McDonald picks up the Sharon, and then, just wildly got it out. Hawks go forward. High ball. Martin's back there running.
Clever.
Nice vision going in. And Martin Dale to have a kick on the sticks to the Lockhart's Gap Road end. As we go back to you, Freaky, on the Mac Jack stats.
Yeah, as we touched on before, 7 marks now inside 50 for Kiewa to 1 in this last term. They've just had a lot more composure going forward. It really has been scoring in that end as well. They've been able to kick. They're coming up for the 7th goal of the quarter as well.
Dale Martin. And steers it through. And the Kiewa Sandy Creek Hawks comfortably home. And, well, up there, crowd just getting into it down here. Just loving it. Chris Mitchell.
They're just riding every goal, aren't they? But I did think Connor Newnham just hurt his knee just in front of his boys when he landed this. Grimaced a little bit, but jogged off and looks like he's going to be right. It's obviously heavily strapped. They wouldn't want to take any risks in the last few minutes before the grand final.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a really good win for Kiewa Sandy Creek as well. We might get you Chriso to get some batteries for Scooter because we wanted to get the song after the game. Don't worry, he's already got them.
Yeah, Scooter for the Charcoal Kings. He's got some freshies down there. He's prepared, that man. As we go back to the middle, Fendick. And then Jake Hicks quickly on the boot. Rush one forward. Picked up well by Josh Hicks. And then on to Wilson. And Wilson an entry forward. Oh, nice. Man coming out. Couldn't juggle it. Belchy dishes off to Anderson. Fumbles. Connor Newnham hot in his hammer. Spears it back into the top of the goal square. Good mark. Eddie Cartledge getting back. Kate Surrey, in fact. And it comes out to Connor Stone, and he's got Braden Carey on. High ball. Blassick might be able to punch this away. He won front spot, did well, fights on. Now he's gone, is he? Yeah. Now push. And Braden Carey
holding the ball.
He's going to win the footy here in the end. So 109. The Hawkers lead the Bushies 52. As we get over the 27-minute mark on the Jack O'Donk's time clock. Final term of the prelim here at the Sandy Creek Recreational Reserve. Pritchard. Dylan high ball up towards the half-forward flank. Kate Surrey at the back. Jack Andrew wrapped up by some Bushrangers. Eddie Cartledge. Hat kick off the ground. Umpire's called kicking in danger.
I do love the umpire's explanation of his free kicks, don't you, Luke? He right into those actions.
He certainly does. Chris Mitchell.
You know exactly what he's saying.
Demizio to Jason Bartell. Defensive 50. This time with Carney for the brown and gold. They spear it to the edge of the square. Croucher. One bounce. Brent Ryan worried him out of it. And then Surrey. Ball at ground level. Josh Hicks came through. Some scrappy play here. Both teams really out on their feet. They're spent, aren't they, Chris Mitchell, for Albury-Wodonga MG?
Absolutely. It's been a pretty high-tempo game, and it's just starting to intel on both sides.
Freaky, we'll go back around the grounds. How are we faring now?
Yeah, and the one other game that we're just waiting finishes in the Hume League at the moment. Holbrook have won there by 36 points. 15-9-99. Virginia was 63.
We'll get that again, Freaky.
15-9-99 defeated Ginger. 6-9-9-9 63.
And the Kiewa Sandy Creek Hawks are in to the 2022 TDFL Grand Final. They'll meet the Chiltern Swans next Saturday afternoon at the Sandy Creek Recreational Reserve. What a beauty it will be.
Croucher just kicked another one.
He does in the 19 Guernsey for the brown and gold. So that tops it off. 109 to 52 on the TCM Tallangatta Construction Maintenance scoreboard. Very shortly, we'll cross down to Scotty Scooter Fraser for the Charcoal Kings, and we'll get our player of the day. Firstly, Chris Mitchell, your thoughts for Albury-Wodonga MG on how this prelim final played out?
I think Beechworth probably played their grand final in the last quarter there, guys, where they really took it up to Kiewa, but we always thought it was going to be tough in that last quarter, and the Hawks came home with a wet sail and booked their spot into the grand final against Chiltern, who will be obviously rested from this week and fresh to go for the grand final here at Sandy Creek next weekend.
Absolutely. Yeah, our Taipower Wodonga player of the day will be with Scotty Fraser very shortly for the Charcoal Kings. He'll pluck a Bushranger or a Hawk out of that pack over there. Freaky, your thoughts on today's game?
Yeah, it was a really tight contest for a lot of the game as well. Obviously, particularly in that third quarter when Bushrangers really pushed hard to come back into it. they were sensational to come back into the game. But the leg speed, as Scooter touched on earlier in the game, the leg speed of Kiewa was just going to be too much for them, and was able to run over the top and get the job done and kick away. They ended up kicking 8 goals in that last quarter to Beechworth didn't even score. So a massive difference in the game it ended up being as well. So congratulations to the Sandy Creek boys. And obviously now they've got next week we've got the same games in the seniors and the reserves, with the reserves for Kiewa winning today as well. We've got Chilton and Kiewa in the 1s and the 2s, and obviously again today Kiewa's netballers have won into the grand final next week as well.
That said, very shortly we'll head back down to Scooter Fraser for the Charcoal Kings, and as we said, he'll grab our Taipower Wodonga Player of the Day.
Just wondering who to go to.
You got your work cut out, mate, trying to weave your way through that.
Yeah, I'm puffed already. Get out
very good. Good scenes out here. That's what country footy's all about. Supporters getting around both teams. So Beechworth did so well to get to this point, but it just wasn't their day this afternoon. And one thing, boys, just coming out and really fighting after half time was just great to see, wasn't it? Because the Hawks really could have broken away and turned it into an ugly contest, but they had a dip, gave it their all, but in the end, the best team came out on top.
Yeah, I think probably the best 2 teams of the year have come out on top. We know Beechworth won the qualifying final, obviously, against Kiewa. Couldn't beat them twice in September, but a great season after not playing finals last year.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic year for Beechworth as they walk off the ground at the moment. Obviously, they came from a long way back at the last season, and obviously able to finish inside the top 3. So fantastic achievement for them today to be able to get this far into the season. It's not easy to do it, so congratulations to them, commiserations on the loss. But we'll look forward next week now to obviously Chilton and Kiewa be a massive grand final.
And the big question really too is Wallace. What's his effect? How is he going to be able to get up for the grand final, or is it concussion and he'll have to miss the weeks? You'd hate to miss if you're feeling pretty good the week of the grand final.
Rightio, Scooter Fraser is right for us down on ground level for the Charcoal Kings. We'll head down to you, Scotty. Who you got with you?
Well, guys, we've agreed that 4 goals to Jack Andrew. Fantastic effort, mate. Got daughter Nora here, certainly big support, and nothing better than have your family with you when you're heading into a grand final.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. It's a great feeling to be into the big dance, and we're just got the monkey off the back, I think, a little bit with that one.
Captain, brother Jed, certainly leads the team from the front, but your 4 goals today, mate, is that just something you bobbed up and did today, or was it an expectation of yours?
Look, it's probably something I've tried to work on throughout the season, but I think the big ground, the expanses of this ground sort of helped me out a little bit. I like to run and carry a bit, but I've got some good delivery from the boys at the ground today.
Certainly the big fellas with Beattie and Connor not been online for the last couple of weeks, but that running brigade of Scotty, Jason, little Ronnie, and obviously didn't take too much part in the later part of the game, but those little fellas can really kick some goals for you, can't they?
Yeah, they can, and we got into some good positions today, and the big boys just give us a target down there, so it was really good from those 2 big fellas, and it was nice for Nick to be on the scoreboard as well.
And pretty rare for Racker to have a quiet one, so we'll look forward to a big one next week.
Yeah, he got looked after pretty tightly early in the game, but managed to find his way into it, but yeah, definitely he'll be fine for a big one next week.
Great, mate. Good luck. Well done on our Wodonga Taipower Player of the Day. Get in there and sing the song.
Yeah, well done, Scotty. There he was, Jack Andrew, and what a day he had. Just so often in the right place at the right time, and didn't he celebrate Chris Mitchell for Albury Wodonga MG? He was wonderful to watch today.
There's a certain Yarrawonga player who could rival him for the celebrations, but great 4-goal effort there by Jack Andrew to get his side over the line.
Absolutely, and he gave the big thumbs up to Brad Sprinkles Freak.
the mayor of Sandy Creek.
I must be a fan favourite out of it.
Yeah, okay, we're about to go for the song. Here we go, the Hawkers go home. Yeah, there you have it. So the Hawkers through to the grand final next Saturday. And, well, you could hear it, couldn't you, down in the rooms there, the excitement. And it's such a big week, isn't it, grand final week, Chris Mitchell? It doesn't matter what age you are, what level you're playing, what code of sport. Grand finals are just huge, aren't they?
It's massive, and you don't want to play it too many times in your head before the game as well, but obviously searching for their first flag since 2018. The last, obviously, grand final in the TDFL was 2019, so it's been a number of years, obviously COVID affected that we haven't had a big dance, but obviously Demizio, Hicks, Bartel, they were all in that side back in 2018 when they beat Laguna. They'll have plenty of advice for their teammates this week.
Yeah, they got plenty of premiership players. Even Jack Andrew played the premiership running. Brian Wallace played back in 2014, I believe it was as well. So they got plenty of experience in that side that have been here this time of the year, plenty of time before. And Jack, to touch on something, Jack, their runners love playing out here at Sandy Creek, and that is why they've been so successful. You look at the likes of Jace Bartel, Ryan Wallace, hopefully he's going to be alright to get up. Jack himself, Dylan Blazic, they just love the big open spaces of Sandy Creek to be able to get their league speed going and really break the games open, and they really can be, they're even more of a handful when they get out to Sandy Creek every year.
Yeah, and Scotty Fraser joins us now in the box. He's made his way up to our broadcast point. And Scotty, it really was a great game. We're just saying, I mean, the Hawks really could have gone on with it there early after half-time, but credit to the Bushrangers for really having one last dip and crack after the long break. They put everything into it, but it just wasn't to be, and in the end the best team came out on top. Yeah,
I think that's right. The cream rose to the top in the last quarter. 10 points, the difference at three-quarter time with Beechworth. I really think they just lacked that one big man, which could possibly have been Jai Middleton, but something had to click for Kiewa Sandy Creek, and today's the day. Now we really believe that they are a contender. They can put it up to Chiltern next week, and a very good display of footy today.
Fantastic, Scotty. We'll go to Freaky again. And Freaky, can you give us a last recap of the MacJack stats? You've been doing some wonderful work this afternoon, as always, and for all those listening on the TDFL live stream, here we go. Freaky's about to give us a full rundown.
Yeah, probably the first point to touch on was the team stats. It obviously shows the true indication of the domination that Kiewa had throughout the whole game. 53 inside 50s to 34 throughout the game. And that was really capitalised on in the last quarter when Beechworth only had 5 to 12 in that last term, and not even scoring in the last term to kicking the 8 goals that Kiewa did as well. So they were dominant. If we have a look at the possessional stats, if we start with the Beechworth boys, I must say that Tom Cartledge and Campbell Fendick really fought hard for the Bushrangers today. I think you could have made an argument at the three-quarter time. They were nearly the two best players on the ground. They were simply outstanding, particularly in that third quarter, particularly Tom Cartledge for mine. He really put his team on his back and really tried hard for the Bushrangers. He ended up with 24 disposals, which was the equal most on our stats sheet. Alessandro Belchi started the game on fire with 12 disposals in the first quarter, ended with 23, and Campbell Fendick had 22, and Kate Surrey had 17. If we have a look at the Sandy Creek, obviously Jace Bartel, he loves to run out here, ended up with 24 disposals. Josh Hicks throughout the middle had 19, and Jack Demizio off the half-back line, as we touched on, had a quieter game. Chris ended up with 18 disposals.
Yeah, really quiet game from Jack Demizio, and I like your question there, Scooter, but they probably had too many avenues to goal in the end, didn't they? I think they had 10 individual goal kickers to 5 for Beechworth. Obviously, Jack Andrew with 4, but obviously Tristan Mann obviously chipped in as well, Nick Beattie and Scotty Bartel, but too much firepower up front, I think, Scoot.
Yeah, isn't it funny? 18 disposals for Jack Demizio, and he had a quiet day. Yeah, and if he can get loose off that half-back line next week, we might be seeing into the 30 possessions for him as well. Great game again today by Dylan Blazic. Second game back after a rest. I think Cam Evans and Tristan Mann certainly very good job in the ruck today, and geez, I really hope we get a day like today next Saturday, because it's game on with the best ruckman in the league, some of the best on-ballers in the league. It really is. The matchups will be aplenty next week. Hopefully Kiewa's forwards can be on target very early, and we'll have a game on our hands. But all credit to Kiewa Sandy Creek today.
What type of game do you expect this to be next Saturday? Obviously, we'll assume the conditions are going to be pretty well. Obviously, we saw the leg speed of Chiltern last week. We saw the leg speed of the Hawks today. Do we expect it to be a quick game next week?
Yeah, I think it should be. It should be right from the start. It should be. You don't really want to see a lot of stoppages, I think. Both sides want to be getting it quickly out onto the wing, back onto the forward line, half forward, and having a shot at goal. If we've got good weather, it should be 12 or 13 goals plus each side next week.
An interesting couple of the bigger names in the league too, Demizio and Scotty Meyer, who you mentioned before, both haven't had great finals leading into the grand final, so they'll be pretty keen to stamp their authority early on.
Yeah, exactly. And on a grand final day, when you want to step up and do the best by your side, Chiltern have probably got a few more A-graders, but if Kiewa's bottom six, like they stepped up today, do that next week, we could be in for an absolute ripper.
Yeah, so if you did miss it, it was the Hawks by 63 points here this afternoon at the Sandy Creek Recreational Reserve. Kiewa Sandy Creek 17-13, 115 to the Beechworth Bushrangers 7-10-52. So that means the Chiltern Swans will meet the Kiewa Sandy Creek Hawks in next Saturday's Tallangatta District Football League Grand Final. And we'll be back here, boys, and looking forward to the coverage, Scooter, on the TDFL live stream. And thank you so much to our sponsors. We've really enjoyed the final series so far and just can't wait to get back here in 7 days' time.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Another fantastic gate today. There's over $23,000 at the gate, which means we're probably a bit over 3,500 people. So just great that people are out and watching the footy and the netball, and our live stream partners as well, guys. Jackson's Earth Moving, DTD Engineering, Finer Embroidery, and Cadmac and New Holland.
Scotty Fraser has been boundary side for the Charcoal King. Scotty, thank you so much. Sensational again today. We'll see you back here next Saturday on Grand Final Day.
It's been a pleasure, and I think you guys have put yourselves at the top of the A team, and we'll be really welcoming you back at next Saturday with Gus along. We'll give him a bit of airtime as well.
Yeah, the great man Gussie McLeod will be here on Grand Final Day, no doubt about that. Freaky on the Magic stats, wonderful as always. Well done.
Thanks, mate. Wonderful to yourself too, Lukey, and all the boys.
Good luck to your Pies tonight. They take on the Dockers. How are you feeling right now?
I've actually had to start thinking about it, so I'll get a little bit nervous as the game gets
I can't believe I just said good luck to Collingwood. Chris Mitchell, well done, mate. Sensational.
Well done, Lukey. Loved it, boys. Great effort today.
Chris Mitchell brought to you by Aubrey Wodonga MG. And from Luke Francis, it's, good afternoon. We hope you've enjoyed the TDFL live stream. And as we said, we'll see you all back here next Saturday at the Sandy Creek Recreation Reserve. It will be the Chiltern Swans up against the Kiewa Sandy Creek Hawks in the big one. Have a great evening.
Cadmac, the name you know and trust. Your exclusive supplier for New Holland, K-Line Agriculture Equipment, JCB and Macdon. Whatever you need, talk to the team. Cadmac, leaders in machinery and service. Hammond Avenue, Wagga Wagga and McCoy Street, Wodonga.
The team at DTD Engineering in Thurgoona loves steel fabrication. They do it every day for businesses all across the border region. And they'll do it for you too. You name it, they fabricate it. From stainless and mild steel work to structural steel work. Difficult fabrication and installation projects, they love those too. And DTD does it all, from quote to paint to deliver. DTD Engineering Thurgoona and dtdeng.com.au. Proud sponsors of the Chiltern Swans Football Club.
The moment you step inside Build Pro Lavington, you'll feel it. 100% unadulterated customer love. It's how they do things at Build Pro. From their service to their stock, you'll love their range of Austral bricks. Austral's been making bricks for over 100 years, and Build Pro are the only local distributor. So for customer love and the best range of bricks and pavers, see Build Pro.
Way to go, Build Pro.
Dallinger Road, Lavington.
drop it, crop it, play it, write it, paste it, and erase it, drag
Need a computer that won't crash? Need your Wi-Fi turbocharged? Need better data backup? Whatever you need your computer to do, Wangaratta Computers will help you do it better. Because that's what we do best. And we can do it in-store or at your home. So get your tech working better at wangarattacomputers.com.au.
write it, space it, and erase it.
The team at DTD Engineering in Thurgoona loves steel fabrication. They do it every day for businesses all across the border region, and they'll do it for you too. You name it, they fabricate it. From stainless and mild steel work to structural steel work. Difficult fabrication and installation projects, they love those too. And DTD does it all, from quote to paint to deliver. DTD Engineering Thurgoona and dtdeng.com.au. Proud sponsors of the Chiltern Swans Football Club.
The moment you step inside Build Pro Lavington, you'll feel it. 100% unadulterated customer love. It's how they do things at Build Pro. From their service to their stock, you'll love their range of Austral bricks. Austral's been making bricks for over 100 years, and Build Pro are the only local distributor. So for customer love and the best range of bricks and pavers, see Build Pro.
Way to go, Build Pro.
Dallinger Road, Lavington.
The name you know and trust. Your exclusive supplier for New Holland, K-Line Agriculture Equipment, JCB and Macdon. Whatever you need, talk to the team. Cadmac, leaders in machinery and service. Hammond Avenue, Wagga Wagga and McCoy Street, Wodonga.